Dude.
I thought we were recording.
Your leg's still fucked up?
It's still fucked up. It's not bad.
Did you didn't go get it looked at or anything?
Well, it is bad because
You don't really go to the doctor, do you?
Dude, get that Mankind knee brace back out.
Chin's hobbled. You got
A solid reference, by the way. I like that.
Mankind.
That Mankind.
Remember he had the sock?
Yeah.
He'd be like, yeah.
Whoa.
He was all out of
You remember
shape.
Mick Foley?
No, I was
And
thinking
he had-
about
he's
For All
missing a tooth.
Mankind, which are jeans that I like because they have elastic and they fit my thick thighs.
Oh, no, that's gay. No, we were talking about a WWE superstar. Mankind had a sock. He was all out of shape.
Oh, yeah.
He had a mask on.
He used to wear knee
leather
braces.
mask.
Jimmy Burke had an idea one time. He goes, I want to fucking be a WWE wrestler. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I'll get my buddy. He had this huge friend. His friend would be like, just this giant wrestler.
Like the
he wanted
Undertaker.
to be Strong Baby. And he has no hair on his body at all.
Is Jimmy big?
And he's
tiny.
skinny like me, but shredded.
He's in shape.
And super fucking pink. He's pink.
He's so
with
white
no
he's
hair,
pink.
not even eyebrows. Not even eyebrows. And he goes, and I'd walk
He
around.
looks like a
in
cancer patient.
Yes. And he goes, I
in
have
shape.
I
Or the
have a
Duke
diaper,
powder.
and I just want to be this insane.
That'd be so creepy.
I was like, it's so creepy, but so fucking weird and funny. I would watch that 100%.
You have a big personality in the WWE.
Me?
Yeah.
What would I be though?
I don't know what you'd be, but you could.
No,
you could pull
be
it
like the
fuck
Paul
off.
Bear, and I would be Undertaker. You'd be the Paul Bear. You're like, yeah, she's here.
What am I saying?
He's here. It's going down.
He's here.
Yeah, you're like my
it's
manager.
going down.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
he's angry.
Yeah.
But Paul Bear, he was like short and chubby, but like you like actually like.
We could dress you up.
Or maybe
Yeah.
I'm just the guy who you have me on a leash and for no reason you like kick me. So I'm like, ooh, thank you.
Oh, you're like the.
He's mad and he's
the
taking
gimp?
it out on me. Yeah,
You
I'm
have
the
a ball
gimp.
in your mouth, and you do interviews. Goes,
That's all I do, and I have
They have a leather suit on.
people are like, this is the worst WWE thing ever.
creepy.
But it'd be hilarious.
And I'm in a diaper.
Whose phone was that?
What the fuck,
Fired.
dude?
You're fucking fired, Meatball.
God damn it.
Meatball, you seem like a WWE fan.
No.
No?
No?
Not at all. Just hockey.
Any of your brothers?
No, we never really got into it. Because
Well, you guys are too young for it, really. Well, I guess.
well, no, I know.
How old are you?
22.
You rock Stone Cold age is probably right when you're like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
born
for me,
98?
Macho
Yeah.
Man, The Warrior, Hulk Hogan, those were the days.
So yeah, you had those days. I
Yeah,
had
and then
like
my dad
the-
was like, it's fake. And I was like, I'm out.
That's why I didn't really get into it. I learned from a
What'd you
young
get
age I was-
into?
Just hockey, football,
just-
baseball. Yeah,
just-
like just
oh,
sports. Yeah.
Were you drinking last night?
Last night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you okay?
you look
Look a little red.
a little
You all
warm.
right?
I'm hot. I went to the I'm just really warm right now. I went to the gym for the first time in like a
You
week or
take
two.
niacin or something?
Huh?
Take niacin?
Oh my god, that is the
No, you tripping. I
worst.
see you. I
Niacin's
see
the
you.
word.
I turned
You
completely
know,
red.
you know people use that for pre-workout?
It's so
I can't believe how people can handle
you
it.
It's insane.
You look like you
Explain
have
it to me.
sunburn.
And you get
What is
itchy.
it?
Yeah.
It's a supplement. People,
I got
it's
rash
actually a bunch of
It
all over my
dilates all
body.
the blood
it
vessels
makes
in
your
your
skin tingle.
So why do people take it?
If you take enough of it, you look like you have a sunburn. Your whole face will get bright red.
It like blood
took it.
flow.
I mean, I won't get bright red, but I get it.
you get like maroon.
Your eyebrow.
I don't know if I go
Your
maroon.
eyeballs.
I'm
would
darker
get,
than
If you-
maroon.
if you- no, but the skin would be.
Dude,
hot.
I
colored, maybe?
took niacin. Didn't know. Somebody's like, take a bunch of this. You're young. I'm like, okay.
It's a-
Bomb. I was like, well, I'm dying.
It's the worst thing.
What do
about
people
that.
use it for?
Pre-workout and like there's other reasons to take it. But
it
it's
dilates
nuts.
your blood vessels, so it
So it just gets
opens
you,
up.
like-
you just get flushed. But if you do enough of it, which I did, your skin will. When I say you look like you had a sunburn, I'm not kidding. You
No,
look
it's,
like you had a
and your
sunburn.
skin tingles and itches. Like
No one really takes it anymore.
no, we should torture
I got
terrorists with it.
I got like water retention from it too. So my love handles, I'm not even kidding. The next day, the love
popping?
handle was like
Your tits
flapping
start
over. Yeah,
popping
it was
too?
great. It was the
Your tits
worst
start
reaction.
popping? Your
Yeah, my
titties-
tits
your
and my love
titties going?
handles.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it
Do
went
you
away.
have tits?
No.
I don't think so.
No, you shred it.
Oh, dude,
not really.
you love this beat. Because you're like me. So last night, we have you know, like when my son makes a friend, we become friends with the parents, so they're like
Yeah.
our best friends now. So when we go on dates, it's with the other family. They
Sure.
get a babysitter. So they set this restaurant up, and it's the Salt Bays restaurant in Beverly Hills. This fancy fucking restaurant. We pull up, Bieber's there, gets all. I'm like, oh, great, this thing gonna be cheap. Anyways, we go. I have a video on my.
I know this
story.
one.
I saw the
This is
video.
where, that's the guy who does this.
Salt Bae.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we get there, and my girl went before me with her friend. She's like, "It's the best steak you'll ever have." I'm like, "Calm down." She's like, "It's the best steak you'll ever have." I'm like, "All right." So I was hungry. I'm on keto now, so I'm like, I can eat dinner there. Here's the problem, dude. So the atmosphere is great, good whiskey. The food is amazing, but it's like Chuck E. Cheese for adults. Like everything is like, what do we have here? Salt Bae, and they're like fucking like throw salt over everything, and then they're like, you get an appetizer. Like I got the tomato heirloom. You know, they're slapping the table, so like everyone's looking. And I was like, man, is there any way? Is there any way I can pay you not to do
Can this not be a circus? Like it's
but
Benihana, like a high level
but
Benihana.
even like more over the
To the extreme.
Dude, and I was like, oh man, I was like, my
So
girl,
embarrassing.
my girl knows I don't like it. She's like, just be cool. I'm like, can you ask the guy like not to do this stuff? And then we get Carpaccio, and she comes, she's slapping the table. I'm like, oh my god, dude. So then my girl, I went to the bathroom and thought it was funny. Like, make sure when you bring the tomahawk out, you feed him like with the thing. And so that's why if you go to my story chain, that's why I sit down and he's cutting up, and I'm like, God, I fucking hate my life. And then he's like
Straight up.
and I go, no, I'm like laughing. I'm like, no, get out of here, dude. I'm like, it's not happening, bro.
No,
I'm like,
he wanted to. What did he do? He wanted to give you a little salt in
like
your mouth and
keep
then some
going
meat?
right here.
Right here.
So there he is.
Let me go back.
Look at
let me go
Brendan.
back.
You're embarrassed.
No, I don't want the attention.
No, it's and they're making all that noise.
Spilled on you.
They threw salt. Look,
He wants to feed you.
yeah, I'm not having
At least you gave him a pound.
man.
Fuck, dude.
It's not fucking happening, dude.
You just wanna
But
eat-
that's
you just
all
wanna
they
eat your
want to
steak.
do. But it's like, and there's those like videos on World Star. They're like, what would you do? Hilarious. They call us the Anavar boys.
Oh, shit.
They're like, what would you do if this happened to your girl? Because when Salt Bae's there, and he's like, he's Turkish, whatever. He'll find like the prettiest girl who's with like her man, and they'll cut up that tomahawk steak, and then he'll like cut in front of the dude, and then like your girl's basically sucking this piece of meat off. So when my girl told me she was going without me, I'm like, hey, listen, have fun. I don't want you going viral for deep throating a fucking T-bone.
Yeah.
Like I don't need that heat right now.
Yes.
Like if they just turn it down.
Right.
But they didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
But you'll see like people like, what would you do if this was your girl? And I mean, it's sexual.
I
I'm
don't
we
like
need
it.
this shit.
I that stuff when I'm trying to eat. I get so embarrassed when the mariachi band comes over and starts singing.
Yeah.
When you're eating, there's nothing worse to eat.
But it's like Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, dude, just the food's like, I want to be like, is it
what-
good? I want to
Scale
tell
of 1
them
to 10. What's the food?
9.5.
Oh,
like,
it is.
Oh, shit.
The steak's ridiculous.
Okay.
Steak's
That good.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it better be. I mean, by the way,
Fucking Bieber's eating it for God's sake.
Better be.
I mean, it's great. You would love it, but like I want to talk to them, be like, hey man, I don't want all the antics. Just bring the food
and
out.
so everybody
and
gets the
fucking
antics.
leave.
Everybody
dude.
gets the antics. No
Yeah.
matter what. And they go, hey, and all that
and
stuff.
throwing and they go Salt Bae and then toss the salt all over. I'm like, dude, what is happening right now?
I saw
He
that
should've tried to
guy.
put that in your
And I want to be like, is there any way I can pay extra so I don't feel like I'm at fucking Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Or Red Robin, dude?
So I went to a restaurant next to it. The restaurant just past it. And
Oh,
it
yeah,
was,
you in the back?
It was such a scene. I think it's Spago. Yeah. something
yeah.
like that. It was such a scene. I went in there and I walked by and that guy
Salt Bae.
was there. He was standing right
Little
there
guy, yeah.
with sunglasses
Yeah.
on, little guy.
He's a stud, but
yeah, he's in shape, little guy.
crushing it. Like he has restaurants in, it's Miami, New
All from
York.
Instagram.
Oh, yeah, crush. Well, no, he was a big chef before that.
he was?
But that made him super famous.
Yeah.
But they're just on
Just
and
him doing
his
this.
pictures
He's just
everywhere.
awesome. He's hilarious.
He's a good
Yeah.
dude. Yeah,
Okay.
he don't speak a lick of
He's
English.
100% Turkish.
Yeah,
right?
that's it. But what they do have, they have Turkish coffee. Turkish. I
know all about
like this drink is a 9-shot.
you
9
go
shots
hard.
of
You go
espresso.
hard.
Turkish
And this
coffee.
doesn't faze me. He was like, hey,
It's
'cause
cloudy.
The guy was a fan. He goes, hey, you like coffee? Right? I go, I can't get enough coffee. He goes, we have a Turkish coffee. It's so thick, it's like mud. I went,
Yeah.
bro, now you speak my language.
Yeah.
And I said, can you bring that out and not do like a backflip or some shit? Can you just bring it out? And he started laughing. And then when he came, I go, dude, can I pay extra not to have like all this shit you got? Like, you guys don't need to do this.
Right.
Like, your food is so good, man.
Right.
And he's like, that's
It's
what.
the theme. Did they give you the Turkish coffee with an orange rind or?
The orange rind was on the side, but
Yeah.
it was just this little cup, and it's
So
such a thick coffee.
The Middle East all drinks that coffee. Let me tell you something. How good
And that shit is strong.
thick. It's
Yeah,
cloudy.
it's thick, and I like to feel the grains. Bro.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
I like it almost like mud. It's so fucking.
And it comes that small, like
Oh,
just
dude.
a little
yeah,
thing.
very
because
small.
It's so concentrated.
a lot of times,
really?
they put a couple sugar cubes in there. And
I don't fuck with any
you drink
sugar,
that.
no sweetness
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my coffee. You know, the only person, I'm not just saying this because they're my boys, but the only coffee that's as strong with that tastes, most coffee that's that bitter or strong, it tastes like shit, right? The only coffee bean that can match that is Black Rifle.
Really?
They have a black roast,
Yeah.
like a sniper roast or whatever the fuck they call
Yeah.
it, or the anti-ISIS roast. It's so dark, it's so nice.
I gotta have myself a dark roast. Here's the problem. These we've talked about this before, but there's so many coffee places where it tastes sour, man.
It's a light bean.
It's a lot of
I see a
the
light
places-
bean, I
the light bean
walk.
has more coffee, but it's like this new
More caffeine.
hipster trend.
more caffeine.
Yeah.
more caffeine, and it's a lighter bean, but it's a sour coffee, dude. It will ruin your fucking. When you get a sour coffee,
Kills me.
The worst.
I throw it away.
The worst.
That'll be $4.50 for a double espresso.
Well, you know,
So
you
fucking
know who
expensive.
does that now?
How about just pouring some
You
lemon
know who
juice
does
in the
that
glass?
right up the street from me? Intelligentsia.
I know.
They went sour, and I'm like, I
can't do it.
I used to get it all the time, but they went sour. I just passed
can't
it.
do it.
You know, my boys at Emma Hotel, because I told him, he goes, man, thanks for all the things you say about the hotel on the podcast. And he goes, any advice that we can do better? I went, your coffee, dude. Like it's too sour. Not everybody wants to fuck with that woke coffee.
Get me a
like
fucking-
give me
woke
give me a
coffee.
dark roast.
Yeah.
They have dark roast now.
They do. I gotta
He
have.
sent me a thing. He goes, hey man, we changed it. Now we have 2 different beans.
That's why I like Pete's Cafe Lux. Do you know Cafe Lux?
Come on, Bubba. How long have you been doing that?
Thank you, Bubba.
And then you get a
Thank
chocolate next door.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, dog.
Thank you, sir.
Chocolate
Thank
and
you.
coffee and a dick suck?
They
that what they do?
roast. They roast their espresso bean. I think it's called Montenegro, and they fucking.
I like the way you say that, negro.
Or it might be Testarossa.
I like when the coffee guys are all, the only thing about Starbucks and like those dark roasts is they burn the beans. I'm like, then guess what, bitch? I like burnt beans.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it's called roasting the coffee.
It's called good coffee.
You roast the beans.
So they call it dark. So they're basically burning the shit.
Yeah.
It's just that
That's
they
the-
roast it so that you're tasting. I like more when I drink my coffee. I like it to taste the way it smells.
Yes.
I like it to. I like chocolate and nuts in
Yeah,
there. I want
molasses like that.
Yeah, I want that. I don't want
The bitter
fucking.
chocolate.
What is your
When I see coffee and they have notes of citrus
I'm out.
and floral
I'm
notes,
out.
I'm like,
Oh, okay.
see ya.
Yeah, me too.
Nah.
I'm out.
Speaking of America, though, and speaking of Black Rifle, is it appropriate to play Jocko Willick's savage Instagram?
Dude, there's
message?
not many people that influence me like him. If he was like, hey, Brendan, I need you to get on a plane right now and fly to Afghanistan and run headfirst at some of the Taliban guys.
Yeah.
Like, you got it.
Yeah, I talked to some people about Jocko Willick. I go, did he see a lot of combat? And they were like,
Saw all the
they were like, oh yeah, dude, yeah. I was
It's
like,
it's the video, Chin.
This one?
no, he's a real warrior. Look at this guy.
You ever had his energy drink?
Watch this. No,
Dude,
I want.
you grow fucking eagle wings.
Good evening.
So hold on, pause it. Let's set this up. This is him. He's saying this is what President Biden should have done to address the nation with the fuck ups in Afghanistan. He's like, if I was president, this is how I would
I
address
watched
it.
this last night.
Hit play, Chin.
I had trouble sleeping.
Current situation in Afghanistan. As you know, we were set to leave Afghanistan this month, and as we began the final drawdown, I made some critical errors.
Ownership.
Namely, I underestimated the strength of the Taliban, and I overestimated the strength and capability of the friendly Afghan forces. This was my fault. And due to my mistake, the Taliban has taken control of Afghanistan. There are reports now that ISIS and Al-Qaeda are working alongside them. Unfortunately, there are tens of thousands of Americans on the ground there, as well as friends and allies of America on the ground. And these people, Americans and our allies, are all stranded. And that is my fault.
That's where he hammers it home.
But they will not be stranded for long.
Fuck you guys, man.
In the next 48 hours,
Brendan, take it easy.
America will be in control
Take it
of
easy.
most major airports in Afghanistan. Any resistance we meet from the Taliban or otherwise when we seize these airports will be destroyed completely and without mercy. From those airports, we will conduct rapid strike rescue missions until we have recovered and evacuated all our citizens, allies, and friends. Any person that interferes with these operations will be killed. We will also recover or destroy all aircraft, vehicles, weapons, and sensitive equipment that we left behind. Any person utilizing, guarding, or located in close proximity to these weapons or equipment will be killed. Once we have evacuated all friendly personnel and recovered or destroyed the weapons and equipment left behind, we will depart Afghanistan.
Ian, stop it.
Watch this last part. Watch
Wait.
this last part. Just watch
But-
this last part.
We will continue to monitor everything that happens in Afghanistan through our ground and airborne surveillance equipment. Terrorist training camps or activity will be targeted and destroyed. Gross violations of human rights will be stopped through overwhelming force. And any group in Afghanistan fighting for freedom, liberty, and basic human rights will be supported through special operations forces and ruthless precision air power. We will continue that dedicated support.
You can stop it, Jim.
Watch how he ends it, though.
Yeah, no, I've seen stuff.
Watch how he ends
And
it.
didn't know.
20 seconds.
Just watch
The
it.
enemy is no longer a threat to humanity or to the good people of Afghanistan. May God bless America, and may God have mercy on the souls of our enemy, because we will not.
Jesus Christ.
That's how it goes. That's how it should go.
I want to join the army now.
Right?
Fuck, man.
And you're younger.
Fuck.
Fucking
The only problem with that,
22.
Go do it now.
No problem with that. Don't criticize.
No, the only problem with that is that it is a little bit like what we have been doing. So in other words, if you were to say you have to support people fighting for freedom on that side, you are choosing a side. Now you have aerial bombardment. Now you have special forces back in there. So in a way, it's that's
Nah,
that
he's
would
right.
be that would be the rebuttal,
He's
right?
right. I'm not trying to hear it from anybody else. I mean, who's going to criticize Jocko? He's also been there. He's
Yeah.
also done missions.
Yeah.
He also knows how it works. We're civilians.
Yeah.
Let's take it from that guy.
Yeah, man. I
He's
don't
a
know.
fucking savage.
Well, that's,
Does he have kids? Imagine that's your dad.
yeah, that's a rough.
Your dad's Captain America, dude.
Yeah,
Your dad is fucking the real life Captain America.
he's a rough dude.
There's
man.
4
He has
kids.
kids.
Holy
Four
shit.
kids.
That's your dad. You got a 10-year-old, dude. 3 daughters, and the son who's 16. Bro, there's so much pressure if you're his 16.
Oh my God, so much pressure.
You better learn how to fire a fucking gun. You better learn how to kill a man with one hand.
10, son who was 16.
One hand.
What a fucking beast,
Rough
dude.
dude.
What a beast. Yeah, that's your dad. I had to drop Tiger off for his first day of kindergarten today. First day of kindergarten. As we're driving there, I look at my girl, I go, we're getting old, man. His first day of fucking kindergarten. I was talking to Tiger because
crazy.
he always wants to. There's look at him with his best friend. Go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
That's his best buddy. Now that little kid, Joshua,
Yeah.
is a fucking freak soccer player. He plays 8, 9-year-olds.
Wow.
And he's like a little Messi. He's like
Wow.
a gift. So his dad played over in England.
Okay,
So his dad just
got
put
those
all the knowledge in.
genes.
Yeah, but he's obsessed with soccer. So we went to his game because we're gonna have Tiger join the team. And they have tryouts and all this shit, and they have like real jerseys. We go to the game, and I look at him and I go, "Dude, your son's a freak, dude." And he goes, "He's not bad. He's pretty good." I'm like, "No, dude, he's the best player out there, and he's 5.
Your school,
Those kids are
your,
8
the
or
school
9.
that your kid goes to, because my nephew and my niece go there,
Mm-hmm.
is the best sports in some ways in the country for kids.
Big
like high
academics
school.
too, yeah.
Yeah, really
It's
big
gonna be good.
academics.
But I was telling, because he always, whenever he's in a situation, he'll go, "Dad, when you were 5, like how did it work for you?" So I was telling him, I'm like, "Dude, you have such an advantage," because my dad just pulled up the school. I was like, "All right, dude, go have fun." Didn't know the teachers, didn't know any. I didn't have any friends. You're trying to figure it out. I'm sure same with you. Like you guys got to figure it out. So the way it works is, that's his best friend. Him and Josh are like they're fucking brothers basically. And they're in the same class. So like, dude, you have such an advantage. You get dropped off the first day. You're not going through it by yourself. Like you have your buddy that you can depend on.
Go through
and then they know the other
Because
kids.
it's nerve-wracking for kids.
And then I was telling him, I was like, dude, it's a new school. There's new kids there. So, if anybody's trying to pick on you, whatever, if and they start picking on your friend, like if they pick on him, they have to deal with you. Vice versa. I'm talking to both of them. And I'm like breaking all this stuff down. And my girl goes, who hurt you? She's like, what school did you go to? I went to Aurora Public School. And it was hell. It was like Taliban.
It was war.
It was like Taliban ran that shit. Like I fought every day.
It's so
and if I
true,
didn't have on cool stuff, like it was on, man. That's how I got good at sports. It's the only way I could be cool. And she's like,
fucking
"Oh my
hilarious.
god,
School was traumatic
I was
for
like,
you.
"Listen,
It was a
dude."
fight every day.
And that's why I told him, like, "Listen, dude, if you got two around you, I want you to hit the first." And my girl's like, "Hey, stop! That's not happening in this school." I'm like, "All right, I'm just trying to give him." Yeah, he's like, "Dad,
my God.
like your first day of school, were you excited?" I'm like, "No, dude, no, I was terrified because I didn't know. My dad just dropped me off, and I was off to fend for myself. I knew nobody. My dad didn't know the teacher.
How
I know
much is your
teacher.
son like you? Is he different than you? Is he like
He's
you?
100% like me.
He is?
Where he's my mini. That's why everyone goes, "Oh, he's my mini me." He's me to a T.
My son's
Damn.
like me.
Yeah.
My son's like me, and what's funny is that he's like, that there was that book, The Warrior, The Magician, the lover, and he's the magician like me. So you watch this fucking kid, and he's bouncing, he's tall, he's skinny, and he just bounces. He finds his way. Like some of the kids are rough as shit.
Yeah.
Some of the kids are punching, but he's kind of like
when you went to school, you just like it's different these days. Like I was talking about, it's like you have such an advantage, dude.
Yeah.
Like I try to grind into him like the way that you're going through life is completely different than what I did.
Yeah.
Like you have such an advantage because I'm your dad and you have these opportunities ahead of you. Like my dad just dropped me off.
Yeah, man.
And then if I had a problem, like I was getting bullied, like I had my brother you had to deal with, and then he might beat up a kid and we get suspended. But it was like, it was rough, man.
Yeah.
It was, and then I was like, for you, because you have your best friend with you and you're familiar with other kids and you're a safe environment, you can focus on academics and learning. I couldn't. I had anxiety about, oh fuck, we're gonna get a class and then that fucking kid's gonna bully me.
Yeah.
I got these fake Jordans. Like, what am I gonna do?
For me, because I was moved every year and a half to a different country, so be like, here we are.
But also, I love your parents. The worst way to raise a kid.
Well, I mean, it's crazy.
Well,
right? My dad was always gone, so
I know.
it would be my mom, me, and my sister.
God bless your mom. But you know the study that they found, the common thing that all criminals in prison have. Do you know what it is? They didn't grow up in the same house.
I believe
they
that.
moved.
Oh yeah,
year after year.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I was moved every year and a half, but we'd be moved to a different country, a different school, and they would throw all the kids who spoke English into one quarter of international school.
Yeah.
But then I went to French schools, and then you go to French schools half the year, then you have to go to another. So I didn't learn. So it was
the
really
hardest way to grow up.
I didn't learn
Because
grammar.
not like you just went from Calabasas to the west side.
No,
you
man.
went from basically the west side to Afghanistan or
And that
Greece.
was all the way to high school?
So you wonder why I became a comedian, right?
Yeah,
Like
or a
I learned how to
psychopath.
make people
Yeah.
laugh. Yeah. Well, that's why I got bullied so badly. That's why, I got bullied really badly in 8th
'Cause your
grade,
ears?
right? From my ears.
Yeah.
But you know how my temper's bad. Like if I'm
Yeah, you have a bad temper.
I mean, I'm very, very long fused, but if I'm in a situation,
on.
I'm going to fight. I'm going to punch you in the face. Right. Like if I think that remember that one time the guy came over to the table, we were in fucking Calabasas thing. I had one leg out. I was going to, I get that thing. I think it's because of that. Like I just go, the minute I see something like that, I go, if this dude's trying to fucking bully me, I go back to 8th grade.
Yep.
And I go, oh, I don't give a
ingrained
fuck
in
who
you.
you are.
It's triggered.
We're going.
Like I was trying to explain Tiger like bullies. He's like, why would anybody be mean to anybody? I'm like, because kids are different. I said also they might come from a home life that's not as stable
That's
as
right.
yours. So their way of lashing out is picking on other kids.
Yeah, man.
And then he's like, he goes, I have my crew though, Dad. And that motherfucker had a
He said
crew.
he has
That's
his
fucking
crew.
dope.
Dude, he has a
Yeah.
crew. Like,
Yeah, if you don't have a
him
crew,
and
it's
his
kinda
friend.
different.
And he's like, they mess with me, they mess with everybody. I'm like, God damn,
That's
dude.
amazing.
So wait, he's like he's
also big and strong. And
he's big and
athletic.
strong, but he's super nice. But his problem is he's too nice.
Well, he's
like in
he's a
jiu-jitsu,
baby, though.
but still, like in jiu-jitsu, I'm like, dude, you gotta.
He's 5, brother.
I know, but Boston's not like that.
But at 5, it's all good. If he's gonna be a
he'll,
giant,
he'll learn it. Yeah. But he's just too friendly. I'm like,
I mean,
dude,
you're like that a little bit. You're
Oh, yeah,
nice.
100%, yeah.
I mean, you never would have picked on anybody. You would
no,
have been
never.
No,
I always got picked on. I wasn't big as a child growing up.
you were not.
No, Tiger's.
Yeah, but you were a good
I have a picture of me
athlete,
as my first day of kindergarten. I was tall.
Yeah.
I think I was taller than Tiger.
Yeah. And you were always a good athlete. I mean, you were always
Had
fast.
to be.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy. Y'all were bullied.
For me, it was more chaos.
Was it just like people were like every day like coming at you or just?
But my thing, but the
just
school
grew up
I went to was
chaos.
predominantly black school. So as a white kid, like you were bullied, but it was like it went in waves.
Yeah.
like everybody got bullied. It was like it's your turn, and then
Yeah.
how are you going to defend it? And then they go through the rest of the kids, and then it's your turn, and you got to defend it.
I was just a fucking nut.
You were?
Yeah.
You didn't get bullied?
No, not really. I mean, I had people
No one
making
made fun
fun
of
of
your
me.
teeth?
Made fun of. I mean, that
He was
doesn't hurt my
fighting
feelings.
too.
man.
No, as a kid, I'm like that. Like if you like your
I
ears,
never
your
noticed his teeth.
I know.
No, the gap because it's different.
Yeah,
dig
but
it.
I don't know.
Now
But
it's
like-
character, but
see,
in
that never
elementary
bothered
school,
me.
I would have lit them up.
That never bothered me.
Well, kids in elementary school's teeth are
Yeah.
so jacked up to begin. I mean,
Yeah, everyone's teeth
kids
are
got
jacked up.
cum teeth,
but like
you know.
like I don't know. I was like people made fun of me for being the black kid, skateboarding and listening to punk rock and all that shit. But like, no one ever like
Fair.
people. I don't know. People were like, a lot more terrified of me just because I always
Fighting the
carried like
teachers?
heavy anger. Maybe that's because my stepfather though.
That's what, did you the way you dealt with your trauma in at the home life, did it cross over into school? Like did you bully or were you mean to any kids?
I wasn't mean to anybody, but I was just always ready. Which is also at the same time still kind of.
I don't think
know.
I know a comic. I don't think I know a great comic who isn't.
That have some trauma?
Yeah, I just all this talk like for
But
me,
also at the same time,
chaos
people
was
think
so-
that we're just like that. Like people think
Yes.
we are depressed, and I'm like, I would never get on stage if I was fucking depressed.
No.
But that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we came up with trauma, but like, there's not a darkness to Chappelle.
No,
or to me,
that's
Like,
true.
The
And me
people are like,
neither. I
oh,
don't
you
think
gotta
I'm
be
dark.
super dark and depressed. It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's comics that have that, sure, but the
Yeah.
majority of them don't. Hate to tell
Yeah,
you.
I don't.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, dark is what does dark mean? Like, I may have an imagination for how bad it could get, or
Yeah.
versus how good it could be. But like
I don't
for the
have, like,
most
this
part,
weird-
Wait, you mean like
darkness.
dark jokes?
No, well,
just like-
there's that. Like you can tell some comics are like really dark, but they're like a dark, like like darkness. Like a lot of musicians
Yeah.
have it, and not even a lot. There's a few. The majority don't.
well, I was
It's like, but to
the
me,
majority
it's,
of comics don't.
No.
but to me, it's like I already went through that shit. So like, what do I have to be sad about now? Like my
yeah, but
life's
also
good.
think
like,
about
I'm
what we do for a living.
Here,
Like, I was
yeah.
thinking about this. Okay, none of us are. We're all flawed, but
Yeah.
I can genuinely say, and I think everybody hears the same way. I can genuinely say that I've spent the past 25 years of my life trying to be funny. What does that mean? I spent my time trying to make people laugh. That's literally what's at the forefront of my brain. And so are all my friends. For the most part, I don't care whether it's
a good gig.
whether it's Rogan or you or we may have our darkness or we may have but for the most part, we spend our time literally coming up with ways to make people laugh. And for the most part, that's what we do, whether it's in podcasting or stand up.
Yeah.
So if you're going to hate on somebody, there might be other people that you want to target, that you want to put your hate on for the most part, right?
It doesn't make sense, but the hate comes from a jealousy standpoint.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
all it
Holy
is.
fuck, though.
Where-
It's like-
but
But
Okay.
I try to
why,
understand
Why
it.
should we even like try to even understand? It's like let that just be what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Because it's just to me, it's just going to exist regardless. So it's like what?
Of course.
Why should I let it like fucking bother me?
Of course,
You know what I mean?
of
It's like,
course.
who
Well,
cares?
I don't pay attention to it. But
Yeah.
But it's like, I was thinking about that. As a group, I'm proud of the people that I know who are comics. I'm proud of my community. I'm proud of like what we do, which is literally sit around and try to be idiots.
Yeah.
And use our trauma or our fucking, dysfunction, and we put it into something positive. We fucking sit around and talk about it and make people
Yeah.
laugh. And people go, oh, I'm that way too, or whatever. So
We almost have like opposite situations. Like you went to a predominantly black school. It was like one of the
and yours is probably white.
well, my second high school. Well, I went to like 3 different high schools, but yeah, the second high school
It's
was
like
predominantly-
even when we were in, you didn't come with us that day, but even when we were in Tacoma, I think Tacoma, we went down to the like Bay Area, and it was, when I say white, I'm talking twilight white, dude. People were clear, and David's there, and I look at David, I'm like, do you feel uncomfortable? Like I feel uncomfortable for you. Like I'm the closest thing to fucking minority that they have, and I'm
Yeah.
tan.
Yeah.
Like just being tan, I stick out.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you feel weird? He's like, nah.
And yeah, it's kind of hard too, because like, I mean, even when I think, because I've always just felt like a kind of like an outcast, like with any situation, like, just around like a bunch of black people, around a bunch of white people. I just, like, so it never really like, it was just like, oh, it's kind of like natural. It's just like, whatever, like, why should I feel uncomfortable? Like, I know I don't fit in. you know, or
See, I
have
was-
like a lot of the same interests as these people.
I think that's kind of the breeding ground for comedy, because when you're a comic, you're on the outside looking in. As a kid, I was always around, I was never around white people. I was around people who were Arabic, or I was around Pakistani or Indian. And then within that, when you go to an international school, every multinational company that was there, so from whether they're from Korea or China, they're all, they all go to school there.
And they go to school, so I assume like the parents make good money. Like if they're traveling around like that,
Sort of, like, so they make-
I'm
they
sure there's a
make-
group like you guys who speak English. Probably the parents aren't like everybody's broke.
No. They may, but what's interesting is that because you're all living on compounds, or the company gives you a housing allowance, you're not. The school itself is chaos. It doesn't feel back then in the 70s. It was all bootlegged. It was all, they just put up some structures, and they'd bus in teachers from the United States.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like great sports facilities. It was basically fucking chaos. So in Saudi Arabia, when I was there, the playground, I promise you, was literally desert. There was no, it was just, you know, I remember playing, hot? You could, it was 125 degrees. You could fry an egg on the pavement. No. So much of that was, and everybody was in this strange position. So you didn't know what they were doing. They might work for a certain thing, and they were making money, but nobody was super rich. So when I went to Greenwich, Connecticut, my dad comes back to New York, and I'm in school. I had to go away to boarding school because the schools don't go past 8th grade in Saudi Arabia. So now they're in Saudi Arabia.
What do they do after 8th grade?
They don't allow any foreigners because they didn't want drugs or delayed. So now I'm in 8th grade, so I gotta go interview at these fucking boarding schools in the Northeast. I never lived in the States, so it's just such a different place, man. So I'm there. I finally go to this amazing school called Northfield Mount Hermon, where 55% of the kids there were on scholarship from all over the world. So it was this international crazy like fucking thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what's interesting is my dad, they buy a house in Greenwich, Connecticut. Greenwich, Connecticut is the whitest, waspiest place of all time with all the money. It's all the Wall
nice.
Street money.
It's super
bro.
nice.
Where,
Have you?
I've been to Hartford.
It's super
That's
nice.
where it's. That's
Super
where it's. The schools are awful. They're so good, the schools. But if you don't have money, or if you're not in a clique, back then
gonna be
you're
tough.
fucking dead. So I didn't deal with that.
And it's
crazy.
Whoa.
Bro, I'm a pop. I'm pretty good with people. White, like
It's like Pleasantville.
and entitled. Like that's, remember, this is the
Damn,
80s.
yeah.
This was kind of a racist time. This was a time when it was, the whole power structure was basically that, right?
See, that's the beauty of you. Like you experienced like so many different cultures.
Look, my friend
know?
said to me one time, my buddy who I went to boarding school with, who was black, he goes, I remember he said, dude, it's so funny because he goes, you have nothing in common with these people because I didn't grow up around them.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up around that kind of
They
whiteness.
probably came up being
I didn't make
friends.
one friend, dude.
Yeah.
In Greenwich, I made
That's what's
friends
so
with them.
wild, yeah.
I couldn't make a fucking friend. I remember that. It was so interesting. They're all
wouldn't
super
let you in
tall
the club.
and super like waspy.
Yeah.
You're just not in it. You're just
Did
not
you
in it.
guys' parents ever like talk to y'all about racism or anything? Like,
So my they always tell a story about how I didn't see color because I grew up around so many different colors.
So it's just your
my
race.
best friend in high school and my roommate was black, and I was talking about him to my parents. I bring him home. He happens to be a black kid from North Carolina, and my father said, I remember my father said, "You never mentioned. We had no idea. We just assumed he was a white kid." You never mentioned it. It never even dawned on you because but again, I grew up, where did I grow
That's a
up?
good thing.
I grew up in nothing but, like, I spent my time in Africa and in Saudi Arabia
like that.
and around all those people.
Like racism's learned though. Like
Yeah.
Tiger's
I
best friend.
strongly believe it.
Tiger's best friend, that Joshua kid, his dad's black. He's
Okay.
from Jamaica. Well, his mom's born and raised in Jamaica. They grew up in England. But Tiger, he doesn't like his school. Like half his class is
yeah.
black. Like
it doesn't dawn on you, dude.
yeah.
like he doesn't even. It's not even in his head.
I was also raised by my parents who are not, who always would never allow any
No,
idea.
never.
My parents, my father and my mother, I can honestly say, and my grandparents, I'm telling you, were the least prejudiced people I've ever met. in my life.
my grandparent, my mom's side, born and raised in England, old school, where it's just the way they were raised. Especially back then, growing up in the 40s.
Yeah.
Where they are not fans of black people.
Yeah.
Like, they would drop the N-word all the time, and I didn't understand. It didn't make sense. to
Yeah.
me. And my mom's like, you can never use those words. She's like, your grandma, that's her thing, and that's the way she was raised, but you are not. And it was always like such a powerful word.
Yeah.
And then I
Me too.
remember when the KKK was fucking booming and Aurora started to get really like urban. The KKK went door to door giving pamphlets to join the KKK, and we got one. And I came home from school. I walked home in 4th grade, and I opened the pamphlet, and it was a KKK man, like the night, like with the mask on. And I couldn't sleep at night. I started crying, and my dad kept having to come into the room. He's like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "I saw that KKK thing." My dad's like, "Listen, dude," because I wouldn't stop crying. I was so scared. I was like, "They're gonna come to the house." My dad's like, They're not gonna do anything to you because you're white.
Yeah.
He's like, "Quit crying."
Wow.
And I was like, "What?"
Think about being a black. I saw genuine.
That's
the only time I saw
fucking door to door.
Door to door.
That's fucking
I saw
wild.
I was so scared.
Yeah.
I saw real racism.
It's like a hood, and then he was like, "Join."
You just everybody, yeah.
I
It
was
looks scary,
so
yeah.
scared.
I saw genuine racism so one of the things about Saudi Arabia is you make friends with all the kids, and a lot of those kids are military kids,
Yeah.
and a lot of those kids are from the South. And back in the 70s, if you were like a Southern white guy, the N-word, I never heard it really when I was in Saudi Arabia. Now, when I went to visit them in states like Maryland or other states in the South, I can remember so well. And in Florida, I went to visit my friend's grandparents. We went there for spring break, and they were telling N-word jokes, and they were using the word all the time. And I remember, because I grew up, that was a bad word, man. You would never use that word in my fucking
never.
household, ever. And I also thought that was a thing of the past. That's how naive I was. Because again, I grew up where I grew up. So I remember hearing that shit, and I called my mother, and I was like, these people are prejudiced. I thought you know what I thought? When you watch old Westerns and the black guy is, treated that way, that's what I thought. I was like, this is like the Old West. I remember thinking it's like,
Yeah, you just thought old
I
mentality.
didn't fucking know. I couldn't fuck. It was the only time I remember my feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
The guy said, the grandfather of my friend said, there are all these black people in the water. And he said, look at all of them in the water over there. You wonder why the water doesn't turn black. And I said,
Wow.
I remember I was a kid. I was fucking 17. I remember getting so angry.
Yeah.
I said, they're exactly like everybody else. And he goes, you think so? He was an Italian guy. You think so? That's all I heard.
It's tough back then,
Wow.
right? Because they were like, obviously,
Bro,
it's ignorance.
I think about how that was only,
It's
what was that,
fucking
85,
wild.
1985? Before a lot of people were born. So I did.
That was 85 when that happened?
a racist place. A lot of racism.
My dad loves you because my dad's best friend, even to this day, it's his best friend. His name was Claude, and he's a black guy, and they sell weed together. So
What's that?
he's like,
That's
you're
fucking
like
funny.
me because he's like, my best friend was a black guy named Claude. And he's like, he looked a lot like Chappelle, but taller. So when he met Chappelle, he did like this weird like black handshake, and I was so embarrassed.
Oh, it was so funny.
like, that's how many Claude you
It
said.
caught
I
me
hate-
off
I hate
guard
that stuff.
so much.
My dad was like, "What's up, baby?"
Bro, he pulled me in. I was like, oh.
My dad was like, "What's up, baby? All right, jive turkey." I'm like, Dad,
I can't stand
that
when
feels
happens.
racist. And even when,
He's just trying to connect. That's all.
even when he saw
He was trying to
Derek
connect.
Poston's like I think his dad's white and his mom's
dad's
black.
white, yeah, mom's black.
When he saw him in the green room in Denver, he's like, "What's up, baby? What's your favorite hot sauce?" I was like, "Dad." He's like, "You be eating them chillins? You like them chillins?" I was like, "Dad, can you leave the green room, please?"
He's just trying to connect.
You're
He's
super
trying to
embarrassing.
connect.
I was like, "Please don't do this."
My dad at 81 does not give a fuck. He had blood in his urine, and they were like checking him for fucking all kinds of stuff. And
Yeah,
turns
those
out he's
usually
got
bad, bro.
kidney stones
Yeah.
because the dude doesn't drink water. Could give
Those
a
are
fuck.
gonna
I'm like,
hurt
I got
coming
so mad.
Oh,
You got to
those
start
kidney
drinking
stones.
water. It's
Those
like,
are gonna hurt coming out.
bro, he's got like shards of glass in his bladder. Meanwhile, like at toast at dinner, all these people around. And hey, guys, no blood in my urine anymore. Hey, everybody's
Jesus
looking
Christ.
around like, all right,
Bro, I got my hair cut yesterday from this new guy. I don't know what drug he was on, meth, all the Adderall in the world. I just sat down and I didn't get a single word out. And it all started like this. He goes, "You into crypto, man?" I go, "What?" He goes, "You into crypto, man?" I go, "Nah, I know about it, but it's just, I've in my investments and other things like real estate and stuff like that." He goes, "Man," I thought they'd done the conversation. Bro, I got an hour in my ear about crypto and the story. Like it was the most insane character I've ever encountered in my life. I got done. I called my girl. I go, I'm exhausted. She goes, why? I go, and he goes, you know, the thing about crypto, man, and I didn't know, man. I live with my parents. So the thing is I live with my parents, man. You know, I'm trying to get them invested in it too, and I think it'd be good for you. He's like, because, you know, I got at 0.02, and it's the TS crypto thing. So I got at 0.02, and the thing, it's $7 now. So, you know, I made $100-something million. So that $100 million, I'll translate that. And the thing, I go, yeah, and you're cool with like the security of your money? He goes, oh man, he starts laughing, and he goes, security. He goes, think about this, man. Think about this. He goes, think about it. If I have a transaction with somebody in China, it goes like that. So your chance of intercepting.
So this is the kind of energy the dogs bark
dude,
at.
Non-stop, an hour straight of that. And I get done, I go, well, good luck with your crypto, man. And he goes, you think Rogan be in this crypto business? Because what I could do is I could call him and I go, well, no.
Let me give you his number.
No.
Let me give you his number. And the answer is yes. He would.
I went, Rogan has too much money. He doesn't give a fuck about
No,
crypto.
I say this. I go, yes, he would. He would, and I'm going to get
Here's his number. Yeah.
I had a neighbor.
People get so deep in
it must have been. It had to have been meth or I don't know. Hey man, you get a picture of my uncle, man. He's in the crypto too. We get a picture of my uncle.
I'm exhausted right now. I
was like,
I had a
what?
neighbor. She was this woman. She was just whatever happened to her. I don't know. She'd get a check, an unemployment check, and she would. This is in Venice, and she would use all of it to just do all the cocaine. That it was a Friday. She would get it on Friday or something, and she would just do. And I knew Friday was when to avoid it. Her eyes would be looking 10 different directions. I'm walking my dog. I had a rescue dog. He was a bad little fucker. But you got to be respectful to a rescue dog because they've been traumatized.
Yeah.
Little dog,
Yeah.
cute as shit.
Horrible.
Cute as shit. And she comes up to me and she's like that, and you can see. And my dog just goes. Dog goes, oh, and the dog's trying to get away.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get at it, and so she kind of, and I'm distracted as usual. I got my shit, and she goes, I love you. I can see my dog backed up to the wall. He can't get away. And she goes, I love you. And I'm like, nah. And she goes,
her face?
"Oh," and he just goes, yeah. right on the fucking nose. And then she, without missing a beat, blood. She's like, oh, you baby.
Oh
I go,
my
you got to
God.
stop. Shame.
Didn't even phase her?
Dude. Bit her so hard, and I thought I was done. I thought I ended up having. He tried to do that to a kid. I had to give him away to somebody. But long story short, she never did anything. She just fucking walked around with a giant.
Who was the celebrity who got bit by a dog? Remember that on a talk show? I remember we brought up that girl one time from 9 News. They're like, "This is the little pit bull."
Oh yeah.
Like
What?
Just, like
Don't put your
bit
face-
the top of her lip up.
Don't put your face to a dog's face. That's a challenge. You don't know the
Oh,
dog.
big challenge. Fuck that.
You mean the dragon thingy?
The what dragon?
The what the? It just showed up.
I don't
here.
like seeing
Komodo dragon. You talking about that one or
She was
no?
bit by a Komodo dragon?
Oh, I don't know. I'd like to see
Sharon
that.
Stone's husband?
Oh boy.
No.
Wait, I thought those Komodo dragons were like
It's an
venomous.
actual dog.
I don't like
man.
seeing dogs bite somebody's face.
No, it's tough.
because they can do some crazy damage.
I don't know.
Yeah.
what
Oh,
this
and
is.
then I forget that barber goes, yeah. I go, you gotta. I'm just trying to change the fucking topic off crypto. I was exhausted. Hey, man, you got a girl, man? And he goes, yeah, I had a girl, man. We actually just broke up, man. You know, the thing is, I broke up with her. She got with this billionaire, man, and that was her husband. And she got divorced, man. But the thing is, he's still around. It's her fiance, man. And then she's an assistant billionaire, but she got a big ass, man. Once she was assistant billionaire, I was like, I'm out. I was like, oh my
God damn.
God, dude.
Wow.
You go
Not-
through so many barbers.
It's not a bad.
I can't.
It's not a
find
bad
one.
character you're doing there.
It's nuts.
Might have to see that. On
That's why I was
stage.
like, that's me. I've never encountered anybody like this in my life. That's why I was like, and he's like, you go ahead and talk about me on the podcast, man. I know you make fun of me. I'm like, just shut up.
and I'm going to.
I beg you.
And now you
So
are.
I went from that to that fucking weird Chuck E. Cheese steak restaurant. I got home and I was like, I just gotta sit in silence.
What's always awkward is like you didn't reply to anything, but he just
No, I
wants
didn't
to
say a
fucking
word.
go.
And then he's like, yeah, man, the thing is, because the thing about it, who controls the world? And this isn't on some conspiracy shit, man. He's like, who controls the world? I'm like, I know where he's going. I'm like, banks. He's like, see, you a genius, dog. You a genius.
You a genius.
Thanks.
He goes, there's genius in all of us. There's genius in you. You can't do what you do if you weren't a genius. I'm like, okay, I appreciate it, but I'm not a genius. No, you are though. Everybody has genius in him. You just got to find him. Like, all right, dude. And then he's like, yeah, like who controls the world? Banks. Banks control the world. So when you think about it, man, it's like when we ended slavery in 1772 when we got our independence. I'm like, he's like, and Lincoln did that. I'm like, You're thinking
dates are wrong.
I went.
1865, sir.
Hey, I went. Are you thinking of July 4th, the Independence Day? He goes. He stops. He goes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And I go. And that Lincoln didn't do that, dude. He goes. So, anyways, when you think about Elon Musk, think about it. He's in with the banks. So with Dogecoin, when he shits on Dogecoin and it drops, he's doing it on purpose, man. Because the banks, I'm like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude.
I see it all the time.
Like you gave a fuck at all. I hate those people that don't
I'm not
understand.
exaggerating. Dude, I didn't get a single word. And then I was like trying to text you guys or my girl just so he'd shut up and see you guys on my phone. He goes, I'll wait. You text and I'll wait. And then I'd finish my text like,
how was the haircut?
All right. He gives a good fade.
Yeah.
You know,
I just hate people that don't understand.
I can't go.
I can't go back.
Yeah.
He goes, man, next one on me, man. Next one on the house. I'm like, that's tempting to sit through this weekend.
I can't. That kind of stuff, like
People that just don't understand fucking social
well, I just
cues.
Dealing as a comic when you deal with
But you
drunk
can't
people
go.
and
That
drunk
thing
Yeah,
is
you
like
can't
my
go-
girl's
yeah,
like,
you're
why
stuck
wouldn't
there.
you leave? I'm like, because he's cut my fucking hair.
Yeah.
I have to sit down for an hour and take this ear beating so I get my fucking hair cut. It's the only time you
See,
have
weed
to
doesn't
deal
do
with
that. Weed is not an annoying. Like weed will calm you down. Weed
Shut you
is
down,
fine.
yeah.
Weed
Chill you
stoners are
out.
fine. Yeah.
Dude, it had to have been cocaine, Adderall, meth.
Something.
Adderall, Coke. Those are not good drugs.
Man, you know, so when we ended slavery, when we got our independence, like, what? That was one time I was like, what? In 1772, man. And when Lincoln gave us our independence from no, not the Chinese. I went from the British. He goes, yeah. See, you a genius, man. So the thing is, I'm like, no, I went to 5th grade. So we learned that in 5th grade.
Yeah. My friend used to date that he'd find the dumbest girls,
I can't do
the prettiest
it.
and dumbest
I
girls.
can't do it.
Who didn't know. They didn't know things like. They just didn't know
Basic education.
what 4th of July meant at all. And I'm not kidding. And it'd be so, and my friend would be so fucking embarrassed. Because some guys come from conservative families, so they want to marry their mother, but they can't get it up. So they have to so they like a chew toy. They like an absolute professional.
Dummy.
Like a real, and this girl would come to dinner and we'd all be hanging around. And she'd just have the biggest, fakest tits that would just be popping out. My friend would go like
I get
this.
it.
My friend would go, but he'd go like this. He'd be so embarrassed. He'd go, you didn't tell me all these. I got some button your shirt off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll tell my girl that all the time. Like when we go to these parent-teacher things, I'm like, well, put your tits away. Well, you got to put those big titties away. What are you doing? She's like, I'm just
your
wearing a shirt. I'm
your
like,
girl's classy, though.
You know, she's super classy, and
classy.
she can't help it. I'm like, no, you gotta.
She's
your
so classy.
body's.
Her body's
You gotta.
ridiculous.
Like your titties are.
Even
titties are out.
I'd
Your
see her.
titties
And
are spilling
I used to
over.
see her. I used to see her, and I'd be like, Joe.
Yeah, you'd always harass her.
Well, I'd be like, I'd see her, and she's very classy. Like the one thing, the first thing I
Yeah.
said about her.
Yeah.
The first thing I said when you met her, and my ex said it. He goes, watch this girl. Watch how she looks at the children. Watch how she connects to children, because she's very classy. She's like Italian and Mexican,
Yeah.
and she just knows that. And she's always dressed actually really well, but her body is simply ridiculous.
Yeah, to
it's
stop
like
traffic.
a bodybuilder. You ever see a bodybuilder who's wears a suit, but you're just like, your body is.
You could just.
I would say
tell.
to Joe, I'd be like, Joe, honestly, this is ridiculous. Like you can't walk around like that.
But and if guys look at her, you know, it's like you bought a Ferrari. Of course, people are gonna stare at your fucking Ferrari. But then we were in the mall the other day with the kids, and this girl is like barely wearing anything and has the biggest blowout ass. And she's like, "Oh, you're just gonna fucking stare at her ass?" I'm
Of
like,
course I am.
"What?" I go, "Who's not?"
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
right
Lamborghini
there.
pulled up. I gotta see what the fuck's going
It's
on.
right
I go,
there.
but I went, Joe. Everybody's looking. Like,
Yeah.
like that's you have. It's like a car accident.
Right.
She noticed it.
I'm like.
I mean,
She's like, you're just gonna stare? I'm like, no, but
it's
everybody.
the equivalent of just releasing 50 baby bunnies onto a floor.
Yeah.
You're gonna
and
look
you
at
just
it.
keep being like, nope, here we go.
Like, well, oh, look at all the bunnies. Like, those are giraffes. What the fuck do you want
no,
me to
no,
do?
it'd be like releasing a bag of cobras and they're hissing, and you're like, no way, dude, not today. Like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no, but the entire mall's looking
I'm
at
gonna
it.
look at that.
Like her, like I'm trying to figure, is it real? Is it fit? I
It's
don't
the
know.
same thing with this girl walked by. She had a impossibly tight shirt. She went to the children's store, the Baby Gap, and
Good
bought a
for her.
Baby Gap t-shirt, and then had to cut it like this. And then she had the biggest tits with pierced nipples.
And
that-
just.
I mean, it was just shotgun titties, right? And I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
You gotta
here?
look.
And my
have no
girl's like,
choice.
really? I'm like, well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
it's literally like a
course.
fucking Lamborghini pulled up.
you guys
Like,
ever
gotta look.
you guys ever do the sneak look sometimes?
I'll, if it's a dime piece, I'll go like this. Now, and then she'll keep, and I'll go, hold on, is the restaurant back there? And she's like, we've been there 100 fucking times. Like, no, but were they doing, were they doing construction? I'll go, were they doing construction? She's like, what the fuck?
All I did
and then
in
she'll
Vegas-
see the girl.
All I
She'll be like,
did in
oh, you're a
Vegas-
fucking, I'm like, what? No, I'm trying, like, did Target move over? And then I'll just keep, is it over there?
You're all taking your head off, scratching your head.
No,
Vegas-
dude, and then even my son's like, Dad, it's over here. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up.
Vegas, same
And
thing.
then when she's out of my side, I go, you're right, it's over here. I'm sorry, I get really confused. You know what? And I go, you know what? I'm thinking of the Grove. That's what I'm thinking.
Sometimes-
we're at the mall, and I'm thinking of the Grove.
Sometimes you have to
My
look.
girl goes, there's not
You
even a
have to
fucking
look.
Target at the Grove. I go, holy fuck, you're right. All right, let's go. You're right.
My brain be fucked up sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm off today. That's rare that
I did
happens.
that in Vegas. I literally was like, I think it's back. We should probably, and I would turn all the way around.
But it has to be like a bombshell for me to pull that move.
There are
Yeah.
bombshells. The problem is,
especially at the mall.
the problem is
Oh.
there are bombshells where you will take the heat because you got to take it in.
Oh,
You
if she was
gotta
like,
take
"Hey,
it
every
in.
time you stare at that bombshell, I'm gonna stab you with a shank,"
Worth
I'd be
it.
like, "Fucking
Worth
do
it.
it, bitch."
Yeah.
Girl, yeah, that's
Yeah.
worth it.
I gotta. Well, I have to.
I just have scars.
Just fucking.
Because a lot of times you're like looking for a flaw. Because a lot of times you're like, there's no way she's that perfect.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Actually,
well, there
she
it
is.
I'm telling you, do that with your girl. Just make some
Just
random.
fucking.
I'm like, is fucking Home Depot in a mall?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Is there a fucking depot over there?
Is there?
She's like, that what?
I needed a tool.
And I'm like, can I get a ladder?
Damn.
I did this the other day. I was looking, and my girl goes, "Really?" And I go, "I'm looking at the guy.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
looking
you
at how
didn't.
muscular the guy is," which usually is true, by the way.
That is very true. That is a very, see, yeah, that's a fair thing.
And
to
then
say
she
from
cast me
you.
looking at him and go, ugh, you believe that?
Yeah,
Who
trash.
wears that
She's
shit?
trash.
Yeah, I'll go, oh my God.
Why is she wearing
I'll
that?
be like, have a little respect. Am I right? That's
I mean,
fucking-
she's-
oh, she's just going to have her ass in those jeans? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Ugh.
And my
That's a
girl,
good one.
and my girl,
That's
like,
a
that
good
is nasty. I'm like, oh, I tell you what, man, I wouldn't have it. If I'm her dad, not today.
I mean, she's a 10.
That's a
she's
good one.
still disgusting.
No, I don't even say that. I'm like, fucking disgusting ass me. I'm like, I'm not even into that. Can you some guys like that.
Yeah.
Like that big ass, big
How do
tits,
some guys like
skinny
that?
waist.
Lip liner
Dude.
and long nails
What?
and
Dude.
all that jewelry.
And my girl, like, you find that attractive? I'm like, "Pfft, no. You think she works out? I don't know. It's probably fake. And my girl's like, she probably had a lot of work done. I'm like, disgusting. Fucking, like, I wouldn't stand.
Just
for it.
all in agreement.
I wouldn't stand for it. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, she probably hasn't even read a book.
Yeah. You just try to. All you do is break them down. I'm like, I bet she's dumb as shit. Am I
Dove,
right?
Dove is the only guy who's
She's fucking
honest.
dumb, am I
Dove
right?
would be so honest about that. Dove David would be like, I like a girl in a Fiero with the fucking dice
Dice?
hanging from the fucking. He goes, if I see that heats
It's
me
on.
up. If I see that
Heats
she's
me
got
up.
cheap shoes, I want cheap shoes and a cheap handbag, and I want chipped nails. That heats me the fuck up.
Oh, God.
I like a girl who has to stay in a motel. And I was like, I get it.
Or like you go to these parent things, you know, because your Tiger have some friends and their moms are just fucking tens. And Joanna, be like,
There's
you're
one.
awfully friendly with fucking Daniel's mom. Like, I mean, Tiger's friends with her fucking son. What do you want me to do? Yeah, she has giant titties. We all know this. Can we all accept she has giant tits and they're out?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? She brought him out.
Right.
We're just talking.
I'm talking to her about her kid.
Yeah.
That's why she's married to a super rich athlete, etc.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing. Whenever we have a birthday party at the house, and some of those moms are you're just like, oh, okay,
man.
all right.
Yeah.
And somehow
Different level.
I find myself staring, and then now we're in a conversation, and you know, they're all shaking their head. So then you change the subject. I got to go over here because frankly, you're way too hot to be talking to
I can't wait
in
to
my
have
own
kids.
house.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well, then divorce happens, and then people are single, and the whole thing's a mess.
All right, what do you got, Tim? What's up, kids? A lot of y'all going bald out there. A lot of you losing your hair. You don't know what to do. 2 out of 3 bros will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're 35. It's not good. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you to my friends at Keeps. The Keeps offers a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair, man. Low-cost treatments start just $10 per month. It Keeps offers generic versions, discreet little package, proven results. We got you covered. Keeps has more than 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. Prevention is key. Keep what you have, man, because once it's gone, you're just going to have to wear a toupee. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so act right now. If you're ready to take action, prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/fighter. That's KEEPS.com/fighter to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/fighter to get your first month free. Keeps.com/fighter. KEEPS.com/fighter. I used to feel drained after riding my bike for a few hours or when I was working out, especially after deadlifts, but not anymore. Not anymore, thanks to True Niagen. True Niagen fuels the body's energy engines, maintains cellular metabolism, and even supports heart health. I have more energy right now with 11 published human clinical studies backed by Nobel Prize winners. True Niagen is a supplement that is clinically proven to boost NAD levels. All right, we got you covered, man. Cellular energy and repair thanks to True Niagen. Since taking True Niagen, it helps your muscles recover after your workout or after your bike ride, whatever you're trying to do. It helps you have more zest, a little pep in your step. And right now, new customers can save 10% off your first purchase by going to trueniagen.com/fighter. Use code FIGHTER. That's trueniagen.com/fighter. TRUNIAGEN.com/fighter. Code FIGHTER to save 10% off your first purchase. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure, or prevent any disease. trueniagen.com/fighter. Code FIGHTER. What's up, Tinkies? This Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Comedy Store, La Jolla. We coming. That's this week. All shows are damn near sold out. We might add a show late Thursday, but right now, a few tickets left. Thursday, Friday, Saturday in La Jolla, California, right outside San Diego, my favorite club, the Comedy Store. But this podcast is brought to you by Onnit.com. Onnit.com/fighter. 10% off the entire goddamn site. What do you need? Alpha Brain, krill oil, protein powders. We got keto stuff. Your boy's keto right now. I'm lightheaded because I don't have any carbs, so I apologize if I mess up on any of this. Whatever you need, though, Onnit got you covered. You might be thick, but be healthy thick, man. Be a sexy thick. Thick with 3 C's. Onnit.com/fighter, 10% off. We got battle ropes. We got coffee. We got steel club maces, quad maces. We got on-demand streaming fitness, home fitness programs. Anything you need to get your fat ass in shape, Onnit got you covered. All right? Onnit.com/fighter, 10% off.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying in general.
No, it's a lot.
My buddy was
It's a
like,
lot.
my buddy's divorced.
It's hard to walk the line.
Yeah,
man.
but my buddy's he was like, dude, best thing about having kids and divorce is picking your kids up at school and the other moms that are divorced. That's
you
kind of
can
what
see them
happens.
too. They're thirsty, man.
Oh, yeah.
They come ready, like they're picking the kids
All
up.
dressed up.
They got the fucking, they got their
what
shit on.
happens.
They got
Wearing a mean coat
Play
and
date
shit.
for the kids.
Yeah.
It's a play date.
Oh, I had this just gargoyle of a mom, probably 300 pounds.
Oh, boy.
We're getting ice cream. Tiger goes, oh, his name's Travis. He's like, Travis, what's up? And he's like, can Travis come over and play? I'm like, what? He's like, can Travis come over and play? I'm like, we'll figure it out, buddy. The mom's like, yeah, I'll take your number. I'm like, no. Yeah, I'll take your number and we'll come over Saturday. I'm like, no, you can't though.
Sounds like a big dude with a gut.
I know, right?
Oh, it was Chris Farley with tits.
Yeah, that's
I'll take your number. We'll come over. I'm like,
How many beers did they have?
yeah, and I gave her my number.
Does she have taco meat in her beard?
yeah, she's like, I don't want to be rude. So I gave her my number. How's Saturday work for you? And I'm like, it's just not. I went, we're swamp Saturday. We'll figure it out. Tiger's like, I don't understand why Travis come over. Because his mom's big and fat. That's why she can't come over to the house because I don't want that warlock in my house. How about that, Tiger?
You're fat
if you want Dad to be
fat
real with
shaming?
you,
You're instilling
Dad
fat
doesn't want to
shaming.
talk to that warlock for an hour while you guys play basketball.
Well, he
How
didn't
about
say
that?
anything about that. He just said warlock. So
Yeah, do you mind if he comes over? Hey, what's your number, dude? It was so intense. Dad, I don't understand why he can't play. Well, because his mom's super ugly. That's why. And I don't want to talk
did she
to her.
dap you up?
She's all right, brother. I'll see you later.
Took a shit. Sorry. Hey, is there a shitter around somewhere?
Yeah, you got a bathroom in this
I
place.
ate all the clams.
So
last
I'm going to
night, all the
destroy
clams.
that thing. I'm telling you, man. I was like, oh, you can't come over.
That's like my friend who we knew this girl and she said that she goes, She goes, I want you to set me up with your friends. 30 minutes later, I got to take a shit like you won't believe.
Oh,
My
no.
buddy goes, I wonder why you can't find a boyfriend, Regina. Her name was Regina. I wonder why you can't find a boyfriend, Regina.
Disgusting, dude. All right, what do you got, Jim?
So fucking.
Was Regina cute or no?
You know,
Probably not.
it all depends.
Listen,
Depends
if
on
she's
what you
hot
like.
enough, guys will put
Yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly.
I just
shit.
remember she went like this. I never forgot. She went, I'm going to take a shit like you won't believe. And
Oh,
she was,
no.
She was
yeah.
gritting her teeth, and I was like, I'm so out.
And-
For
and
the
like-
rest of
That
my
gives
life.
us everything.
And her
we need to
face
know.
is beat too. I'm out, man.
She was all right. It's just when you see that, it's hard to deal.
I don't know too many girls who just blow up bathrooms. Did your girl blow up your bathroom, Chip?
No.
But
You
sometimes,
can't even fart. in front of
sometimes
each other.
she has to, right? Like sometimes
When she goes to the bathroom, she says, "Get away, stay in the living room," and then she does
Oh, I
her
don't
thing.
like that.
God damn.
She won't let me in.
I mean, it's a natural thing for humans to
I
do.
know, but you know, the
She's
girls
like,
are very
"Chin, that cream
sensitive.
barbecue's really messing with my tummy.
No, man.
I eat all that eel. I'm about to fuck this bathroom up.
Yeah.
Cream
Like
barbecue
I don't want
digests
to know.
well.
I don't know any of that.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm
No,
not into poo.
No, I don't
No,
fart.
I can't
from her.
stand it.
We've been together 8 years. I've never heard her fart.
And
Ever.
Have you ever farted?
Never. On accident. Like I was wrestling with Tiger and like moved. He's like,
Do you get all that
and I just go, no, I go, goddamn Tiger. And he's like, that wasn't me. I'm like, sure did sound like it, buddy.
It's a goddamn tiger.
Goddamn Tiger.
It is a weird thing, huh?
It's just awkward.
It's awkward. I let it rip.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I can't live.
Straight up?
I can't live without being able to just let it
No,
rip.
my house is clean like a 1950s house, dude. We keep it tight.
Yeah, your house is super cool.
You keep
Yeah.
it tight shit.
Tight shit, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Chappelle?
What?
You fart in front of your girl or no?
Hell no.
Did your girl be farting in front of you?
Hell no.
It's just then all the sexiness is
and
just-
also I just hate that shit. It's like, why do you need to? You couldn't go in another room or something.
Oh, I'll do the
Fucking that?
silencer though. I'll grab our big pillows and like my girl's like, "Why are you sitting on a pillow?" I'm like, I don't know, my fucking tailbone hurts because it's silent. It's like a silencer. You fart into
Yeah.
the pillow and it just silences the.
Yeah.
noise.
Oh,
But then that thing is a bomb and you can throw it across
It's
the
Are
room.
there
smells
certain
like
foods
shit.
you can't eat now?
I can't.
I
I
think
can't
that
touch
too.
broccoli.
Broccoli
I
will
touch
fuck.
broccoli.
Broccoli
I'll
is good?
fart. all
Broccoli
night.
or beans? I'll I'm
Oh,
fucked.
beans don't bother me. Broccoli, bro, bombs over Baghdad. It's
mine's
like,
Brussels sprouts.
Yep. Brussels
me up.
sprouts, asparagus,
Ooh, those
broccoli, and garlic. Actually, for me, garlic.
Really?
Like if I eat like
Garlic
raw
makes daddy fart, huh?
Oh, dude. Or beans. It's a disaster.
Just fucking-
C'est un disaster.
Oh, my stepmom has to. Since I've known her, she's taking Beano, because like
Yeah.
dairy or beans, I
Yeah.
guess she'll just fart.
Yeah.
Me and my brother were talking about because we were walking to the car, the car show on Sunday. I ripped a big ass fart and Tiger was laughing. And Jay's like, "Do you remember Dad farting like hard?" I'm like, "Yeah," because my dad would take us on walks every night. Like we'd walk miles every single night. Just
Oh,
to
shit.
stay in shape. Every night we'd walk miles and miles and miles at night, like 8 o'clock at night. That's how we'd end our night with our dad. And as soon as we get out there, he just ripped the biggest farts. My brother's like, "You remember how annoyed we were?" And my dad would always go, "Better out here than there, am I right?" And we're like, "You said that last night though, dude, you know?"
So he would just take
Did you
you
write
guys-
any new material or are you just gonna use that every single night?
He just take you for long walks.
Oh, miles. We'd walk miles.
Is that
every night.
right?
Yeah, miles.
Wow.
Every night.
Just walk in the neighborhood.
every night. Every night.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's actually pretty cool.
And we had no choice. But all right, get your shoes on. And we just
I
walk
love that.
out. We'd be gone for an hour and a half.
I love a good walk in the neighborhood.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Especially
I
at
do
night,
that
it's nice
stuff-
and
I
cool.
do that stuff with my son.
It was great.
Workout. And stuff.
Every single night. What do you got, Jen?
Okay, wait, real quick. I remember
Christian, you be farting in front of girls? You look like a farter.
you do look like a farter.
You look like you don't give a fuck, Christian.
You look like the first date farter.
Nah,
You look like a farter.
nah. I get embarrassed. I can't. Like if I'm taking like a mean shit in the bathroom and like where there's a lot of gas, if someone comes into there, I can't. Like I have to hold it because I'm embarrassed.
Let me give you a little tip. If you do gotta drop a hot shit and there's a party, hopefully there's a candle in there and there's matches, blow the matches out. Because the smoke will mask anything. It
The,
overpowers
the
all-
matches are
It's
better
so
than like
true,
the
dude.
candle and
You
shit.
just or you light the candle and then let it burn for a second, then blow the candle out, and the smoke, it will get rid of anything.
Dude, I
know
was.
that.
That's a pro
some
tip.
guys-
Matches are the best.
I
though.
get. I have
Matches,
guys.
matches, and light a couple of them bitches and blow it up.
I've done two
I'll give
TV
it up.
shows. One was Mad TV, and the other was another show I did.
You've done more than two TV
Where,
shows.
no,
You
I'm
like-
saying where,
Oh.
where the guys there was one guy on each cast who I remember. I never forgot this. I didn't know anybody. It was just like they'd known each other for a week, and I was the new guy on Mad TV. And one of the actors we're all on a staircase. on Renmar, just standing out. We're all sitting on the staircase, like in a clump. And he just goes, he goes, Dad! He goes, oh, fuck.
I hate that
And
shit.
but I was like, and the girl's like, you're disgusting. And he's like, that was a good one. That was a good one. I was
That's
like, this
weird.
guy does not give a fuck. Then,
But also, you're in 5th grade?
Then we're doing Death Valley, and we have to all crowd. We all have to run, and the scene is you run from the fucking zombie, and then we had to cut around a corner and wait until he said cut. So everybody's waiting. We're all in a clump, and you just hear my boy go on purpose. We all fucking
Dude, I don't.
He didn't
So
give a fuck.
fucking
But he doesn't
nasty.
give a fuck.
But me and my brother were like, my dad ripped farts, but we weren't born like even now when Jay was out here, he gets out here tomorrow too. You might see him.
I hope so.
But he gets out here tomorrow. But even Jay, like we worked out, then we got coffee, and we're driving. He's all quiet. And I see him sweating. What's wrong with you? He goes, where do you where do you go after this? I'm like, well, we'll go to the studio. I'm like, is there a bathroom at the new studio? I'm like, oh, you got a shit, huh? He's like, I don't understand, dude. You haven't gone to the bathroom all morning, so you're just gonna like drive around, do all your stuff. I'm like, I'll figure it out, man. He's like, is it like a clean bathroom where we're going? I'm like, holy shit, you gotta drop a shit.
Damn.
Dude. And he's all embarrassed. He's like, no, just is there a key? And he's like, sweating. And he goes, how far's the studio? And I can tell he has to shit. I go, it's like 10 minutes away, dude. He goes, maybe we should stop at home first. Jay's like, maybe we should stop at home first. Maybe we should stop at home first.
That means 1,000% stop at home, or I'm gonna shit your fucking Porsche.
I went, nah, you'll be all right. Just get to the studio.
Are you a right in the morning? Take a dump guy.
Yeah, I am.
when you wake
So
up?
I wake up every single morning 5:30 to 6. If I'm lucky, like 6:10. Usually 5:45, 5:30 when Tiger wakes up, and then I make my coffee and I drink my coffee, and then the horns go.
Time to go.
And I just sneak away. My girl don't even know. I sneak away to the guest bedroom.
There you go. Got to take a little dump.
And then
dump.
bombs
What
over
happens if
Baghdad.
What happens if you have a hotel and you're all sharing a hotel?
We don't stay in hotels.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're on vacation.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I'll run the shower. I create all the steam, so it's like a hot shit steam, and then hopefully with all the soap and shampoo, that will kind of mask.
And you have the
smell.
fan that comes up. Yeah.
And
Yeah, you got a whole operation
And
for
then I'll
this.
play music. I'll mask everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm like the Night Stalker.
I mean,
dude.
it's your wife.
Yeah, but we keep it sexy though, man. She's
Yeah.
so sexy, so I don't want her to
got
look
you.
at me like I'm fucking Harvey
right.
Weinstein down the road.
All
you
right.
know?
All right.
All right, what else you got, Chin?
What else?
Yeah.
Wait, so did you guys ever date someone? My longest term girlfriend before this one, she would want me to fart. We had this thing where a talk where we were in bed, and she's like, "Can you fart in front of me? And I'll fart in front of you," because she wanted to be like closer, like a bond. It was like a bond thing with farting. She felt like we would be closer if we could fart
Oh,
in
you
front of
think
each
it's
other.
a bond until I eat some broccoli and then I ruin your fucking day.
But we both
That's a
did it, and
weird
it was
fuck-
weird.
You both did it?
We both like
No.
she went brant, I went brant, and it was weird.
No,
but-
absolutely not.
But there was like a bond thing. You get
No.
it? You
And
get
then
it?
y'all
or
broke
no?
up right after
your
that.
girls-
Not right after.
your
but
girls-
we
I
broke
get
up.
it.
I
Yeah,
don't
you get it,
want
right?
the
You could be
Chin,
like super
Chin,
close.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, your girl's disgusting. Your girl's fucking.
It was weird.
Did
It
you
was
put your
weird.
butts together?
No.
Yeah,
we just-
how'd you
Those
do
butts?
it?
We literally, she just like,
And did she have a?
and I went, and
You
that was
didn't
it.
push. You
Man,
didn't push
fuck
your.
that.
Wait, was she Asian?
Yeah, she's Asian.
So she had a flat ass, so it sounded like you're ripping fucking.
She had a booty. She had a booty.
She had a booty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a booty.
Oh, she had a booty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What kind of Asian was she then?
Vietnamese. Most of my girlfriends were
Good
Vietnamese.
for you, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but don't do that.
No, that was but it was
I've
like a
seen
bonding
Koreans
thing.
with booties.
Nowadays, I think a lot of them have surgery too.
A lot of them,
yeah.
that surgery's popping these days.
Oh, what's popping?
It's also the most dangerous surgery. You know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, ass surgery is by far the most dangerous surgery you can get right
The
now.
one with the implants or with
Cosmetic
fat?
surgery. Both.
Both.
The one with fat's even more dangerous.
Interesting.
Okay, so man, this is interesting.
Yeah, remember that the iconic.
Remember this?
This
Album
So
for me.
cover.
I thought this. I did this current event for you. I thought this kid was Kurt Cobain's kid.
No.
I
He
don't
he
know.
has a daughter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no. No, that was just the baby they used for the
Man
cover.
photo, so the headline is "Man photographed as baby on a Nevermind cover sues Nirvana alleging child porno."
Well, okay.
He's trying to sue what?
He's suing now. Yeah.
Now scroll
He's just-
down.
He just wants to make some.
He's
money
suing like
somewhere,
a bunch of the members, even a previous member that replaced Dave Grohl as a drummer.
No, the member
I'm sorry,
that
the Dave Grohl replaced,
Chad
yeah, that-
Channing.
Well, when you
Yeah.
see the guy like
He's trying to. Chad Channing wasn't on this album. What is
Exactly. That's why it's weird. That's why it's
So
weird.
Spencer Eldon, the man whose unusual baby portrait was used for one of the most recognizable album covers of all time, Nirvana's Nevermind, filed a lawsuit Tuesday alleging that the nude image constituted child porno.
What?
The album cover depicts Eldon underwater in a swimming pool. Yeah, we know what the fuck it is. The image has generally
won't
been
go to
understood
trial.
as a statement on the capitalism. He's just looking for money.
What'd you
It
say,
won't go to
Bryan?
trial. What happens is when you file a suit, they see that, so the press sees it. They get a notification. So anytime you file a suit with the county registrar's office or whatever the fuck
Okay.
it is, all the press gets it. So they go, oh look, and now what happens is either their lawyers say, hey, you can fight this if you want. It's not going to go anywhere.
Good
It's
luck
gonna cost
beating
you. It's
Nirvana.
going to cost you money. It's going to cost.
It's gonna cost them more money.
It'll cost him
Hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
at least.
If this fucking dum dum wants it, and what he's looking for is for them to just make it go away
Because they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
Because you
So the lawyer
See,
situations-
he's looking for Nirvana to just
you
to make
won't
it
hear
go
you
away.
won't hear
like-
about this again. The lawyer will
you
talk.
never again. And any time you see like someone suing another person,
Yeah.
the person with the most money is going to win every single time.
Yeah, you can.
Every
If
single
you have enough money, you can drag.
You
a
can
lawsuit
ride it out.
Yeah, it's going to cost.
Because
$300 grand.
let's say not. I'm saying
So, like, if he-
let's say I have $10 million, and you
Yes.
have $1 million, and you're suing me. I'm like you're going to go maybe one round of this. I'll go 10,
That's the problem.
That's the fuck.
and I'm going to win.
It's like,
I'll
okay,
go 10
you
rounds.
wanna- you want to?
You only have the gas tank for one round. I have 10 rounds.
And lawsuits are so expensive. Like you're
He's
gonna
asking
spend-
for
you're gonna spend-
$150,000 from each of the defendants.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of defendants too,
And
so
he'll
that's
never
why.
get that. He'll never.
There's
get
a
that.
bunch of defendants.
Yeah, but the 150,000 is a key thing, right? It's not like
that's weird that
crazy
he-
amount.
yeah,
so
the-
he
the
wants to get
drummer
that
that
money.
wasn't even-
He's going to get nowhere near.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to give him $25,000. Tell him to shut his.
Yeah. So why is he going?
And when you see him, you're like, this makes total sense.
And he also posed for pictures as he was an adult, like later on in life. Posed for the same
Naked.
picture. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an anniversary. He was
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
he
like
would
the
do that
anniversary,
multiple
the
times.
25th
Dude,
anniversary.
So this is a
something.
guy who's
Or-
in pandemic. He's probably broke. Probably lost his job. So
And
he's
a
like,
lawyer
all right.
and a lawyer probably emailed him. A lawyer
Yeah, of
Yeah,
DM'd
like
course.
him.
Frank
Of
Azar,
course.
like who works for free, was like, "Hey, dude, we could do something with this." They're not gonna get shit.
So
out of
someone hyped him up.
It wasn't even
sure.
a high level.
It
lawyer,
probably
I
wasn't even
guarantee
his
it's
thought until someone probably
Of
hyped
course,
him
it. No,
up.
it's
lawyers
not a
would do-
credible lawyer.
Yeah.
And then I guess he.
Oh, it shows
Can
the
I see
lawyer
what this guy looks like
representing.
now?
yeah, but
He looks like a guy who'd write a hate comment on Reddit.
it was considered. They were saying it's considered child pornography because it was a baby chasing money. Like the monetary thing is what made it child pornography.
luck.
But it says
Yeah,
non-sexualized nude photos of infants are generally not considered child
Yeah.
porno under the law.
So
There's
do you-
nothing sexual about this.
No.
Do you think he'll get any money? Like if
Zero.
since that you don't think he'll
That,
even?
dude, Nirvana. First of all, the lawyer who represents Nirvana is gonna be a monster. He's gonna eat this guy alive and his shit lawyer.
Yeah, he's going to tell him to go.
like
fuck
that.
himself.
A big
Yeah.
time lawyer's not taking this case on
Spencer Eldon.
because they know that it's just
It's,
a waste
it's a
of time.
loss.
Yeah.
There's no way to win.
Lawyers want money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There he
That's
is.
him right there.
You see, he would do. He would
That's
do.
all
He even has Nevermind tattooed on his chest.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a lost man.
Yeah, I mean,
Start this
All right,
out without any.
Yeah, and he redid the
Multiple times.
like a
Multiple
ton of
times.
times. Like that's not gonna cut it. Like obviously you played ball.
oh, he redid it a bunch of times.
Yeah, redid.
So he made money off it, or at least profiteered in some way over it.
He's
Possibly.
gonna
yeah.
get eaten alive.
This
Good
one?
luck with that.
No, that's not much.
Even has Kurt Cobain here. Go to the one where he has the beanie on. And that'd be a loser, ladies and gentlemen.
It's just a way to make money.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's a.
I'm sure there's a bunch of lawyers in his ear. Like
Get
you
a
can make
job,
money.
Grouch.
You can make money.
So, but okay. But if a lawyer, you said a lawyer wouldn't really take this kind of case, then why would a lawyer be in his
I mean,
ear?
some lawyers would.
Well, some
definitely.
shit, like low level lawyers, you can try and take this on because they think there's something there. And then you
But they're just trying to take money from him.
you mess
Yeah.
with Nirvana, you mess with the big dogs.
Yeah.
That-
the lawyers get a
Nirvana's
percentage
lawyer's gonna be
of
a
the
monster.
winnings. Yeah, whatever you win from the case.
And he wants 150 from every.
From each person. There's a
Grohl's
bunch of people.
You know how powerful that guy is? You don't want to
tripping.
fuck with those guys,
You're
man.
tripping.
Because you know what they do? Because then when you do that, then they go, well, let's look into this guy.
Yep.
And then you're going to dig up all your dirt ever.
Yep.
And go, you sure you want to do this? Because we found out you did the sexual assault case or whatever
Yeah.
when you were 17. You want us to come out with this?
Yeah.
And then he's going to be like,
True.
I'm good.
True.
Yep.
This is true. Wow.
All
You got
right.
their little vape pen, Meatball?
No, I'm just like a little stuffed up.
You don't have a vape pen?
No, I mean, no.
What?
What?
I was hoping you did, dude.
You
You don't have like a
be
Skittle, you
killing
don't have
the
like a
vape
Skittle
game.
vape pen?
Huh?
I smoking on the road, dude.
You got to get a
I'll bring
vape
you on the
sponsor.
road. What'd you say?
Are you coming to,
You
are
coming to
you coming
La
to San
Jolla?
Diego?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You are?
Yeah. I'm going.
You bringing that spliff?
I will.
Oh my God. Chappelle and Mark smoked this spliff. You know, spliff is marijuana and tobacco together.
blunt.
Chappelle smoked it. I've never seen him so fucking high in my life.
Pull up a picture of me.
I was like
Chappelle.
talking, he's laughing his ass off. I'm like, well, this isn't that funny, Chappelle. You would thought I was Kevin Hart. The story.
The highest I ever got was when I had
You and me and Austin.
Bro, I was tore up.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
because that was a blunt.
I was tore up.
Here?
Yeah, zoom in on Chappelle's eyes.
Oh my god, dude, you look. I was gonna
You
say
smoke a
something.
lot of
man.
weed?
I look what? Do I smoke a lot of weed? No.
That's cultural.
It's
appropriation.
very
Look
like.
at both of them.
I didn't realize your
I
eyes were this
ran,
shut.
I ran into Brenda's meet and greet. I was just like, I didn't know where I was.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. You know, I do the meet and greet, and Chappelle stumbles back. He's like, yeah. I was like, Chappelle, what is going on with you, dude? Whoa. He's just laughing.
Damn.
And then I look at Mark. He's like,
Mark was all.
Mark kept going. There's a place off Ocean Avenue. I was like, you two are so high, and I need you to exit.
Were you okay though? Were you paranoid or was it fine?
No, I wasn't paranoid. I was fine.
He didn't know there was marijuana in that thing.
Let me see that picture with you and TJ. It's cool. Look at him, man.
Damn.
Go to the one with
Yeah,
Jason.
how tall is TJ?
I know. I was gonna think. I was saying the same
He's
thing.
short.
Oh, he's short?
Don't fight him.
Hey,
I will not.
go to the one of his first pick, the top left with the crew.
Son?
Loving the crew.
Look at Jay's Kool-Aid smile.
I know he has the
Someone said,
The happiest person on the planet.
and the biggest eyes too, like always wide open.
someone said it looks on Mark, because Mark posted it. It said, someone said, Jay looks like the Molly just kicked in.
He does. He looks bigger too, like buffer,
Yeah, Jay's big.
Yeah, Jay.
jacked.
All right, what do you got?
All right, this one is pretty crazy. This is in Belgium.
Oh, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah, this woman believes she's having an affair with this chimpanzee.
Has she ever hooked up with him?
No, because it's through the glass. Yeah, so she's loved this. She says that she loves the chimpanzee. The chimpanzee loves her, and he really does.
Oh, she's crazy.
The chimp
But
loves her?
yeah, because he's, I guess in the chimpanzee, groups, if one kind of bonds with a human more, they kind of get kicked out of the group. So it's happening with this
Oh, yeah,
chimpanzee
he got
in the
kicked out of the
zoo.
group for messing with this bitch?
So she's not allowed to go to the zoo anymore, and
Oh,
she's really
because-
heartbroken.
And now
from
she's
it.
crying?
Yeah.
Is
It's
she
like for
crying
4
because she has a
years.
haircut of a robin?
Well, just don't let.
It's a 38-year-old male chimpanzee.
Shut up.
Cheetah. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, you know how batshit crazy you have to be that you connected with a chimpanzee?
There you go. For 4 years, over 4 years, I think.
I bet you it does, though. I bet you it sees her. And
I bet you it doesn't. I bet that chimp does that to every human.
No.
Nope. Particularly this one.
Chimps are really smart.
No, so this chimpanzee came from a home too before, but then it got crazy, so that's why it went to the zoo.
Well, they get-
So
they get
he knows
aggressive.
him.
Oh,
by
this chimp
crazy,
likes
you
to
mean
fuck.
dangerous as
Yeah,
fuck.
dangerous
This,
as fuck.
this chimp's trying to fuck. This chimp's
Definitely.
remember that one bitch that he was like feeding the chimp
That's such a horrible story. Yeah.
fucking
Xanax.
Xanax
Xanax,
and wine.
Wine,
And he had a robe
taking
on.
baths, dude.
And then he went, you know what, dude? I don't like your friend. I'm gonna rip her face off.
Yeah.
You haven't seen her?
And her fingers.
Bring it up, Chin.
And her
She got
fingers.
Such a
reconstructive
horrible-
surgery, and the doctor was like, "We did our best."
He gave it Xanax
Ate
and
her
wine.
face,
And,
ate her
and they
face,
fucked.
and her fingers.
And they would fuck all the time.
Yeah, took her
This
all.
He would fuck.
Oh yeah.
The face is so horrible. Though. I can't show
No,
this
click on
air.
that. Click on that.
This one?
So when she got surgery, the doctor went, "We tried our best, though, you know."
She
so
gave it
terrible.
wine and shit.
No, this is
No,
her
that's
friend.
the friend.
She got a face transplant.
It got
That
jealous for
poor,
some reason.
poor
Or it was upset at her
But
friend.
she's at it better. She looks identical to the guy off Hannibal.
There you go.
I mean, that'll just make your whole life. Took her eyes out, everything.
But,
So it did get a little bit
your
better,
friend's
yeah.
fucking the chimp.
That
though,
chimp
you know?
was so awful.
Where's her friend?
But no, that's a chimp doing chimp shit. What do you mean he's awful? That's
No,
a
the
chimp.
chimp's not
dude.
awful. That's what they do.
This poor lady. Look, ripped her hands and face off. And this is why you shouldn't suck chimps off.
It's so terrible.
The strength of a fucking chimp.
I know during.
And she calls the cops, or I think the friend does, and they have the 911 call. And she's like, "Get here now! He's ripping her hands off because chimps go for face, then your hands, then your dick."
genitals,
Poor
yeah.
woman. That bit her
It's
hand.
so sad.
She's
Dude.
like, "You didn't rip her tits off."
It did.
Chimps are
It
fucking
did everything.
savages.
It did everything to her.
That was her before, I guess.
Then she got on Oprah.
That poor woman. She did.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
horrible. It's so horrific.
Oh, okay. This was. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this. Only because I used to watch it.
terrible.
But this why you don't make friends with chimps. This is why you don't fuck chimps,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's chimps doing chimp
Her friend
shit.
was fucking the chimp. That's
No,
so
her
crazy.
friend
No,
had
the
her friend
lady,
had
the
this,
owner was hooking up with the chimp. Brought and then the lady was like, "Oh, I want to see the chimp." She's like, "Yeah, come over." And he was trying to enjoy his glass of wine. He was in a robe. And he
No,
was
she
high
had
up
changed her
standing.
hair. She had got her hair done, and the chimp decided, "I don't like that hair," and attacked
Something,
her.
yeah.
And then she stabbed the chimp. The owner stabbed the chimp, and the chimp just looked at her, like that. And then the cops came, shot that chimp like 5 times. Chimp got shot with a 9mm, I think with those like hollow point. And the chimp still climbed up on the fucking roof. I was like, oh, cool.
It's like Planet of the Apes.
And then and then came back down and I think ultimately died after it got shot some more. That's how fucking hard.
Horrific story.
And this is why people shouldn't have
No,
children.
you shouldn't.
200-pound gorilla.
Why do you want a fucking chimp?
Well, why are you putting the chimp in a robe and having him sleep in your bed and sucking him off?
Well, that chimp had already bitten somebody before that. And then that woman died of cancer. It's a terrible story.
Horrific, yeah.
That don't have pet chimps.
Yeah.
So. Hell exists on
What
earth
else
for
you
that
got,
woman.
Jen?
Fucking insane.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. But they've gotten better with face transplants, and so maybe she.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, the most recent one that you saw, her picture, it was way better.
It's gotten better.
Yeah,
That first
the
one, the
was
doctor's like
really bad.
Yeah, but then
My
she,
first one,
she had
you know?
transplant problems. It was
No, for real.
rejecting-
That doctor was like, "That's my first time doing this." I tried my best, but
But it was rejecting.
It's
It was
a nightmare.
rejecting her face and everything
The
else.
doctor's
Yeah.
like, "This is a nightmare. Like
Horrible.
it's a
For her,
it's
it's a
sloppy."
nightmare.
There's other face transplants where your body just rejects it. You have to do it over.
I'm
Her face looks like my son when
actually,
he draws
I'm actually a little
pictures.
depressed. Thanks.
Yeah, I know. That's so sad.
It's so
Thanks
sad.
for bringing it up.
It's so
like you had to
sad.
see it now.
I hate seeing stuff like that. It bothers me so
Now I'm
much. Yeah.
depressed. All right.
All right, well, anyways.
pick me up.
Oh, not me.
There's a little
Get me
more.
out of it.
A little
You have
bit more
another
of
downer?
A little, but then we're gonna go up. So right now,
All right,
this
we
is a
better
quick
go.
one.
It's like a spirit flight. It's getting a little rocky, but eventually we'll get there.
So Jack
right.
Morris, who's an ex MLB player, I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
This is so stupid. Have you heard it, Chin?
I heard it, and
As an Asian, how do you feel?
I have different thoughts. So I have different thoughts.
So play it, and then let's get your thoughts first.
All right, so let's all hear this real quick. This is Shohei Ohtani,
Remember,
the
he's
Japanese
been working.
superstar.
Otani's the best player in the
yeah,
MLB.
superstar, Angels.
I'm
He's
gonna
with-
buy,
oh,
I'm,
for the
I'm gonna
Angels,
buy
the guy
Chin
for
the
the Angels?
jersey. Me and Chin are getting an Ohtani jersey.
Yes, we will. So I'll play real quick.
Remember, he's been doing this 20 years.
Shohei Ohtani. Be very, very careful.
And then watch
The
the third inning.
Ohtani is coming to the plate, and it's been brought to my attention, and I sincerely apologize if I offended anybody, especially anybody in the Asian community, for
He's been working
what I
20
said
years.
about pitching and being careful to Shohei Ohtani. I did not intend for any offensive thing, and I apologize if I did. Certainly respect and have the utmost respect for this guy.
He got fired, dude. For saying
Is
he's
this
very, very
suspended?
careful.
Nowadays, an apology means nothing. It just
No, it means you're guilty.
Yeah.
Well, I know he
means
said
nothing.
he was
Yeah, Chin, what are your thoughts?
suspended indefinitely. I don't know if he was fired yet. Maybe there's an update. But so when I first heard it, I thought he was mimicking Elmer Fudd. That's what I thought. I didn't think he was actually mimicking a Japanese person.
They get
Because
that
he would
wabbit.
be very,
It
very
wouldn't
quiet.
matter. It wouldn't
be very, very
matter
quiet.
in this
but
environment.
I would also say like that is pretty much borderline. I would be like, you should not say that right now.
I will say
shouldn't.
Asians have dealt with that forever in
Yeah.
this country until 15 minutes ago.
A guy been doing play-by-play for 20 years, and then it was like he was just sloppy at trying to be funny, and then the next at bat he goes, "Man, I want to apologize. Like that wasn't my intent at all." Like,
Well, they probably got on the phone with him and said, "Hey,
But if he was,
sure.
but if he was mimicking a Japanese voice, he's not a comedian. That's the thing. You guys can do it, like kind of messing around
wouldn't
because you guys
do
are
it.
comedians.
I wouldn't do it.
No, but we mess around here all the time. You know, with
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fine. You guys are comedians. But him doing that was kind of like I was sort of like, and I'm not even Japanese, but it was a little weird.
should he lose his job?
So,
Chin? 20
I
years
always-
play-by-play.
I always believe
and
people
then
have-
also my thing is he apologized. Oh, he's like, "Oh, I fucked up. That missed. I missed the mark.
Yep.
My bad. I wasn't trying to offend anybody." Then if he wants to suspend him for 2 weeks, that's fair.
there you go."
You know, I feel
lose
like
your
people
fucking
deserve
job?
chances.
I don't
think
People
you
deserve
should lose your
chances.
job at
yeah,
all.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
insane.
I think he
100%.
apologized. I think you make a point by suspending
Yeah.
him, but I think to
Now, if he was,
fire him.
let's say that was his first week there, yeah, you fire him. Like, dude, we're not going to put up with
Yeah.
it. 20 years in the box, play-by-play.
yeah.
So
So all that gets erased.
I
Him being
agree.
a stand-up citizen, all that shit.
I agree.
No, I don't believe he should. I believe he should just whatever punishment, whatever, and then come back
2 weeks
later.
suspension, I think he
Take
should come back.
sensitivity or racial trait, whatever what it's called.
So here's my next question, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
So like, he went and did that accent.
yeah.
I don't think his intent was to deliver bad or whatever. But what about like every time a British person comes up to us, we tend to do that accent
different.
or like
It's
so
different. It's different.
It's different.
So like
The British weren't
discriminated
Yeah,
against.
discriminated against. They didn't go through the trials and tribulations.
It's very different.
That Asians.
Okay.
When you're Asian, there's no doubt, and I'm sure Chin can attest to this.
so
that
the intent when people do that originally was to
Make fun of us.
make fun of Asians.
But do you think about all the movies Hollywood did, and like even
Yeah,
there's some bad
even
stuff
these
that
other
happened.
networks that allowed these Asian
Yeah.
jokes to go on, and then now all of a sudden we're like, okay, nope, that's off limits, and this guy's like, what?
Right.
We watched Rush Hour 2 the other day. The amount of racist
it's
Asian
bad.
joke. I was like, this
But it
would
was a
never
black
be
guy
made
doing.
today.
It was a black guy.
And it's
Yeah,
also a movie
but-
too. It's also a movie. It's a little different when it's real life. It's
it's
kind
real-
of
yeah, yeah.
And
it's-
they're bonded, and that's the point. Is he's
He's an
Yeah.
older dude. I'm sure
There's
he
a-
didn't really get it. He's an older dude.
and
So,
Jackie Chan beats the fuck out of people, and
and I do believe
Yeah.
everyone deserves chances. So I don't believe he should be fired. He just learned from it. He already apologized. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
honestly, I thought it was.
What bothers
you
me
know
is
you're doing
My
Elvis
problem,
Presley.
my problem is we pick and choose. Like Billie Eilish got in trouble for saying making fun of
I remember,
Asians.
she did.
Yeah, and she was like, I didn't know. I was a young kid. I was 18.
Yeah.
What'd
I
she
was
do?
caught on video. She was like, saying something.
saying
It was like-
something, yeah.
And then she like made fun of like the Asian language, and everyone like gave her all this backlash. She was like, yeah, my bad. Those were horrible things. I said that, and we're like, okay, she's young. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's Billie Eilish. She's a sweetheart, and I love Billie Eilish. She shouldn't be canceled for that. But then this guy does the same thing. Like, nope, you're out, dude.
Look, man, I think what
Yeah, I
you're
don't-
reacting to, and I
Yeah.
agree, is that the fact that you can live your whole life in an exemplary way, and in one thing erases you completely. That's a bullshit way to.
That's,
Yeah, I
that's,
don't-
Now,
I
if this
agree
guy
with that
had
either.
several cases against him where he constantly does this, then it's like, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's on air. He's live. He doesn't think he's doing something really bad. He's just made a mistake, which I believe.
And, and that guy goes, man, what should they do with Ohtani? He goes, be very, very careful.
Yeah.
Like, don't pitch to him. He's such a good player. Don't fucking pitch to him.
Yeah.
You got to be careful if you're going to pitch
How
to
do
him.
you feel about the guy who got fired, the basketball player, I think color commentator for the Clippers, who said all lives matter?
Oh, it's insane. It's insane that we can't say all lives matter.
Yeah.
It's insane
What
that you say
happened?
all lives matter. And like, well, you're taking away from the Black Lives Matter. Okay, well, let's look at Black Lives Matter. The founders of it have been fired because they found out they were stealing money and paying for houses all around California. You know what I'm saying? So you look at that movement and what it represented.
Also a Marxist movement too.
Correct.
Well, there is legitimate reason to be critical of the group in some aspects, right? So,
course.
and that doesn't mean that you're racist, of course. It
No.
just means you
I
have
have some questions.
You have questions. Yeah, that's all it is. You
Wait,
have
so
questions.
someone got fired
Well-
for saying all lives matter?
Shit. Oh, yeah.
That is.
If you say all
It was
lives
at
matter,
a time.
you'll-
It was at a time. the
even now,
timing
but
was very
still
bad.
then.
But even
I guess he had a history, like a lot of the black Clipper
had
players
problems with him.
Yeah, they were
And
like.
this was like the final cherry.
he
on
had a
top.
history of they according to them, and I don't know the situation. But according to them, they were like, it's about time. For them, they were like, yeah, of course he would say it. So I don't know. So my feeling is there might have been a history of something there, right?
And that's different. Like, if you have a history of constantly doing that.
Yeah, but
It-
if that's
it-
a first strike, then he got fired. For
But you are being fired. You are still being fired for what you said. There is, and I know that there are certain standards. But when you sign up to work for the Clippers, that wasn't a standard. That is an interpretation of a racist comment that you could very much argue was actually the opposite, which is I care about all people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's a philosophy that he might have. So when you fire somebody for their philosophy, when you fire somebody for, you are making the
an opinion.
assumption. They didn't say anything. So they didn't say anything negative about anybody, any
Yeah.
group. That's where I have a problem with it. That's where I go, ooh, that's a judgment call that is, and you're taking a guy who's been doing it for 30 years on a high level and literally erasing him.
These things are always wild to me because I always think about my biological father. Like, did 17 years in prison, wasn't in my life. We didn't reconnect until like 5 years ago. But like, to just rule him out, he served his time. He did bad things, and
Yeah, man.
it's very
Well,
obvious
prison's
that.
supposed to be for rehabilitation.
But also at
also
the
paid
same
his
time,
dues.
but like
17 years.
I could have been the son and be like, nah, fuck that. You did this, you did that, you did this, and just ruled him out like completely. But if I didn't just like have a conversation with him and sit down and come to an understanding and like and find out things that I would have never known before. All of a sudden there's this room to grow. But if I just didn't, then it kind of would, I think it would just leave.
No,
leave me
he's your
stuck.
dad. He
You're
deserves a
talking about
second chance.
forgiveness, man. You're talking about
Yeah.
redemption. You're talking about people can change, and you're talking about people can make mistakes and not be bad people.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about.
Well, even my stepfather, like, I mean, I don't have any ill will towards it. Like, if I see him, I say, what's up? We talk. Like, I mean, it was a very crazy point in time, but also at the same time, like, it's like, that's not what it is now. And it's like, I feel like the better story or the better thing to tell is it's like, hey, this thing happened. You know, he treated me like this, and all of a sudden we're good. Like, I think that's more of a beautiful story to talk about than to be
Redemption.
like, nah, fuck him. Like that he did this way back in the day. I don't know.
Right.
So a lot of times it is kind of hard for me to like understand this, like, you know, to cancel someone out, to kick someone off the island. That's it. They're not allowed back. You know, whatever.
All that does make things worse.
Exactly. Because I know for me, you know, when all the anger I had towards my stepfather and all the anger I had towards my biological father for not being there, shit, I couldn't do there was nothing I could do. There was no way for me to like move forward with anything in my life. Even though I was out of that situation, he wasn't in my life. You know, there was no way I could just move forward. So it was just like, well, why don't I try this route? Why don't I try the route of like, hey, that shit was wild, or like, let's talk about it. Like, you know, where were you at? What happened to you? You know what I mean? Now there's this like dialogue and it's like understanding. You know, I'm not saying I'm a great guy. I'm not trying to like, you know, like yes, he did crazy fucking things, but at the same time, it's like, well, what's the better route to take here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree, 100%, man.
What else you got?
That was a wise route.
All right, so it's going to take a little bit more of a little tiny dive, and then I'll get happy.
Oh, God.
No. So this one, this is a little weird for me. So there's a Steelers versus Lions game, and I'll play the video for you first. We don't know exactly what happened with led up to it, right?
I don't know.
Why is this weird for you? Is that Asian?
No. This is a black guy and a white woman.
Oh, and he hits because the white woman slaps him.
Oh,
yes. And I just feel like, why are you slapping this dude? But we'll watch real quick. So he doesn't go hit her. That's her boyfriend, apparently. And then he hits her there.
God, he can't fight.
Oh, and then knocks this dude out.
Nice.
He's out cold.
I feel bad for the boyfriend, too.
I don't.
No, because his girl is the one that
should have
caused
grabbed her
it.
in the first place.
Fuck that. That girl hit him in the face. Fuck that
No.
girl. She assaulted him.
I feel bad for this guy.
And that fucking,
Well, we finally found a guy with worse hair than Bryan Callen.
Yeah. You
hair's
slapped him.
awful.
You slapped him and thought you'd get
There has
away
to be
with it.
some repercussions.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
you can't slap
So
people.
I'm saying I feel bad for the boyfriend who's that's his girlfriend or his
But
wife.
he wasn't doing
he
anything.
doesn't want to do anything.
No,
He's like,
I
no.
get what Chin's saying.
He's not
saying
involved.
that
Hold on, watch
he
it
feels
again.
bad because that girl, like, he didn't want to start the fight, but
girl
obviously
did.
He
has
swung
to.
at the guy.
Yeah, because it's his girl.
Yeah, look at rewind.
All right.
Watch it again.
I mean,
That's
if
why
it
he
was
gets
your
knocked
girl,
out.
you're
Watch
gonna
it again.
swing
Watch
too.
it.
I didn't see the
this
swinging part.
asshole girl.
Yeah, the girl's
But, like, notice he's not doing
slaps him.
anything.
Yeah, he doesn't do
And
shit.
he doesn't slap her.
Oh, no,
now,
he
now
gets
he gets
involved.
up there and now
He's
watch
just
this.
trying to stop. He's just trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, there
No,
he's
not
swung-
at
he's
first.
swung
See,
there.
but he swings that
He
there
swung
too,
there,
and then gets
yeah.
knocked out.
He should have told her like, yo, sit down.
That's part of the game.
Yeah, the girl
That's
is
part of the game.
The
Part of
girl
the game.
irritates me the most.
She's the worst.
And I get that, but like,
She assaulted that guy, so
Exactly.
the girl started it.
Exactly.
And then he didn't do shit. First of all, she put her hands on him. That's number one. Then she hit him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a piece of shit. She started this, and she thought that. So what happens with a guy like that? I can't hit you because you're a girl.
Yep.
You get away with it.
But he did
But
hit her.
fucko
But he did.
boyfriend gets in there and does his shit. And then he
Fucko with
got
the
knocked
terrible
out.
hair got knocked out.
So you know what? And my thing is, her boyfriend should have seen that, and her boyfriend should have stopped that woman.
True.
Now, maybe it's not her boyfriend.
He should have stopped
Maybe
her when
he's
she
just
was
a
like,
guy.
when they were like
Very
yelling in
true.
her face. Like,
Very true.
hey,
I would have
sit
stopped
down.
my
If my girl was doing that,
Yeah, I would've
to a
stopped
dude,
her.
I'd be like, you better sit down because I'm the one who has to do the fight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't do that. My girl's a hothead, and they're women are hotheads. But the problem is, you can't do that.
No.
You cannot do that.
You can't slap a dude.
And
You
if
can't-
she
you
does
can't
hit a
slap
guy,
anybody. You can't
I
slap
know I'm in.
anybody.
I
Yeah.
know
But
I'm in.
also,
You can't slap anybody.
But
That's
also,
right.
her
Yeah.
hitting a guy like guys should never hit women. But at the same time, there has to be some repercussions. If
He
you're
was
gonna-
defending
if you're gonna play
himself.
that game,
Defending
if
himself.
you're gonna play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and that's what
agree, dude.
happened to you.
I
That's
agree.
why it's a tough one. I hate the fact that he has to hit the girl, but the girl is the one that fucked everything up in the first place. She's the one that
But
messed up.
also, like, if you're a guy and that girl's like trying to hit you in the face and she's like trying to fight you, like, what do you?
I know, what can you do? It's such a tricky
Just grab her
situation.
hand.
And it's not like he was trying to beat her ass.
he's just
like,
trying to
it
get her
wasn't
away, yeah.
like he hit her to like get him
boyfriend got
away.
his ass
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah,
Who
he got
knows,
his-
who
'cause he
knows
wouldn't-
what the
yeah.
situation, what happened, or how this happened? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
Like,
the guy-
it'd be a different story if he was literally trying to stomp her the fuck out.
Maybe the
You know,
guy
when
Let me
she-
see the story, Chin. Scroll down.
It's really not much
Fans got on the
information.
action too with a nasty brawl, slapping the man in the face. Now the viral video shows the woman man in some sort of argument. You hear the woman yelling something like "shut up," and "get the fuck out."
apparently made contact. She made contact.
He says, "Don't touch
What
me."
was going on
swipes her
before
hand, right?
this? What was going on?
We don't
before
have that
this?
much
That's the
information on it.
question.
Yeah, it was a fight that was caught in the middle.
Because
of
that
it.
guy maybe that guy didn't have to be in her face. I would have walked away. If some girls like doing that, I'm not having an
Oh
argument.
yeah.
I'm just not. But that's me.
It's currently
I agree
unclear
with- I
what
agree with
started
that.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Brian.
there are ways to
What'd you say,
avoid
Brian?
that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in a
just
girl
not
fight
gonna
and
stand
arguing
up
with
and
her like
argue
that.
with
I'm just
some
not.
lady.
I mean,
No.
unless there's a very
I mean, who knows? Did she call him the N word? Like, who knows? We need more information.
yeah.
We don't. Yeah, we don't
you
know.
can't hit anybody.
just can't-
not
yeah, can't
Was
hit
he?
somebody.
What was he doing? Was he being loud? Was he being a dick? I don't know. But
And obviously, like, I mean, his intentions weren't to swing. Like, he wasn't trying to
my
swing.
thing is,
He
if
was
you
just-
put your
stopped
hands on
himself.
someone's
Yeah.
face like that, if you slap someone, to me, you better be ready
Yeah.
to go.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah,
happens
yeah.
next, like man or woman, you slap somebody, you punch somebody in the face.
You have to realize there's
gonna be
consequences.
repercussions
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
of
going to be
course.
fighting.
Yeah.
I would fucking if I'm going to hit somebody.
but
it's
more
gonna
people
be-
need to learn that. Like more
Yeah,
people need to learn
100%.
like this. This is what happens. Like
So it's good that these videos
especially
are out
if you
there.
can't fight.
And there's
like,
girls
this-
that can fight. I got beat up by a girl once.
Hell yeah.
Dude, my
Right about
friend,
In elementary
my
school,
friend
fuck
was in-
yeah. Benika?
elementary school.
My,
Shit.
my buddy was
okay.
in an abusive relationship with this woman, and he was driving, and I was in the back seat, and I never forgot it. And they were just having an argument. It wasn't a terrible argument, and she just went, boom, and kicked him, and he just went, shaboom, like that, and he just went like, never forgot it. And he went like this. He goes, kept driving, and I was like, dude. And then I go, what the fuck was that? And he goes, that's every day. And I go, well, you got to
Every
get the
day?
fuck out of that relationship.
Did you ever meet
She's
Jace and Auntie's friend Tasha? Did you meet big black girl, like
Yes, I
super
did.
athletic,
Yes.
like real big black
tall,
girl?
yeah.
They went to a concert. This is when they found out Jake could fight. They went to a concert. I think Drake,
YG.
and these YG and these Mexicans were sitting in front of them, but they were in her seats. And she was like, "Hey, you're my," and they're like, "Just sit over there." And she's like, "Well, no, those aren't my seats. If someone's gonna sit down there and kick us out, like we just want those seats." And the Mexican guys go, "Shut up and sit down, dinger." And she's
Wow.
like, "What the fuck you call me?" So she wanted to go at him, and Jay's like, "No." And the guy says it again, and then all hell breaks loose, and then
Jay out there fucking rocking bodies.
Slapped
he
both
was
the
slept. Yeah,
Mexicans.
Jay slapped.
Wow.
knocked both of them out.
Jay's strong.
Yeah,
There's some cases where it's worth fighting.
yeah.
Some cases. Sometimes you. I mean,
If you have people
got to
that
get
are-
down with the get
Think
down.
about these Mexicans talking shit to Jay and Klopp and Tasha.
It's like Jimmy Burke. Jimmy Burke's there. They the same thing, guys. See this giant fucking Irish guy, this wide with a fucking tiny nose, turned up, a baby nose. He had a huge head, a baby nose, and Jimmy's always nice. Jimmy goes, "Excuse me, you're in our seat." And the guy goes, "Nah." And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Actually, here, I'm in a seat." And the guy goes like this. He goes, "Shut the fuck up." He's looking at him. He goes, "Shut."
I like this guy's confidence.
Right. And can't do that to Jimmy because he's with his buddies. And Jimmy goes, "Shut the fuck up. That's amazing. I could sit on your lap. How's that sound?" And that's how it starts. And next thing you know,
They're fighting?
fucking fighting.
All hell breaks
All
loose.
hell breaks loose because he's with his buddies and they're all big. Jimmy's with all his big buddies. And it became a fucking,
gosh.
it became an Italian on Irish, Long Island
Love it.
Hate crime.
fucking fisticuffs.
What else you got, Jid?
Well, real quick, I have a friend who had multiple girls that beat him up. I'm not even joking. And one time I was in a hotel with them, and you know
Oh, his girlfriends always beat him up.
yeah, well, two for sure.
Yeah.
There's that thing that's in front of a bed. It's like looks like a little
Yeah.
miniature.
The little-
Is it ottoman, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the bed, and we're just ready to go out and drink. She lifted it up and threw it on his head, and
wow.
that's the first time I really saw a girlfriend beating up a boyfriend.
I've been in that
I know
relationship.
some girls
Yeah,
that
he was
fight,
just like
dog.
I've
he
been
didn't do
in a
anything.
I've never been anything like
I've
that.
never-
It was insane.
Yeah,
dude.
who the fuck are y'all saying yes
I
to?
dated a girl who would get drunk and do that.
Yeah,
but
drunken.
my buddy
parties
saw
was
it.
Did you
fun.
know this at
My
the,
buddy
She'd
saw
whip your
that. My
ass?
buddy saw this girl. She took a boot and whipped it so hard, the heel of it at my head. She grabbed on the what is it, the fucking back
laces?
of it, and swung it so hard, and it made a hole in the plaster wall. And I ducked. I went like "Doom," like that, and went boom like that. And then she attacked. My buddy he witnessed the whole fucking thing. He goes, "Dude, I am a witness to this, just so you know." And I
did you know
like,
she
"Yeah."
was crazy?
No.
Did you dump her after that?
Crazy hot.
Yeah.
You did okay. bitch.
Crazy
crazy
hot.
hot.
I'll
Oh,
put
she was
I'll-
hot.
You'll put up
Okay.
with some shit for a hottie.
She was
Painfully
crazy hot. It's
Yeah.
my joke about how when you say you dated a 9, I'm like, you don't know what a 9 is. Now careful. Now hold on. Revise that because a 9 is somebody you don't know that well that you would move into your house.
Yep.
Okay? that you don't know that well
Yep.
that can hit you in the face, and you still are like, ah.
Yeah, that's
gotta work.
Yeah, you'll put up with some shit.
You put up with some shit by getting hit in the face.
I
with
will
a boot.
not.
Yeah.
What does she get, Jen?
All right, so on a lighter note, Brock Lesnar, he made his return
Oh, I don't
to
give a
WWE.
fuck.
Wait, no. The reason why this is good is because
Unless he's back in the UFC, I don't
he looks
care.
so different.
Oh,
That's his
really?
new hairstyle. Check
Oh,
that
shit.
Oh, it's kind of like mine.
All right.
Well, he's gonna fake wrestle, so that's cool.
Big
out.
fella.
Yeah. Well, so he does definitely look different, and this is also a different look.
He looks pretty sweet.
Remember Thor Bjornsson?
he got
the Mountain.
shredded.
He looks to me. It looks not that great though. It looks like weaker.
No,
But he did get shredded.
this is
Well, he's
shredded.
lost probably
Well,
a couple
ton of weight, yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, it's a very.
He was giant before.
Good. Yeah, he was so big.
Well, he got that Bell's palsy, that thing on his face.
He does, and it
He had-
comes
he
once
had
in a while,
heart attack. That's why.
or stroke or something like that.
He had a stroke.
Oh boy.
He had a stroke and it
When you're that big,
fucked up half his.
But it comes and goes. So some days it's fine.
Yeah,
some
some
days
days
it's
it's
not.
like, yeah, okay.
you're not the strongest man in the world without doing other stuff.
Of course.
And have a strain on your.
And he's also just genetically gifted. He's humongous. So Max Kellerman is no longer with First Take.
Dude, how about Stephen A. Smith?
Why is
Has
that?
been trying for years to get him off the show. Finally did it.
Oh, he actually wanted
Stephen
him
A.
off the
Smith
show?
asked for him to be off the
Why?
show.
Wow.
Because he feels like Max has like this, smartest man in the room syndrome, and he wanted more of a guy that can debate and like have fun with.
Wow.
So they're just gonna rotate guests. Now.
Yeah, they're going to rotate guests now.
Stephen A. Smith's show.
Wow.
You watch ESPN lately?
A little bit. No. Why?
It's tough.
Yeah. Why?
It's a bunch of people you don't know. You know how like when they go too extreme, like they're like we're not racist, and then they go too extreme. That's what's going on in ESPN.
Well,
Well, he has other shows coming up, so he's good to go.
Oh, he's still
yeah, with
chilling.
ESPN.
He's still with ESPN. He's
They're moving him to a different area.
Exactly.
what is
Yeah.
this now?
oh
So-
no, Countach. dude.
I don't know how I feel about this. I used to. That
I
was
love
my,
them. It's one of my favorite cars.
It's my dream car when I was a kid.
So when I found they released new Countach, hit up my car guy. I go, dude, get me on the list for new Countach because you have to be on the list.
They're already sold out. Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm on it. And he texts back, he goes, dude, they're like $2 million. I'm like, what?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
But
they
what do
only
you
made
think?
like 100
He
of them or
looks
something.
so dope.
I don't know how I feel about how it looks. To me, I feel like it should look
Oh, I love
a
it.
little better, but
I love
Boy,
it.
I don't give a
It's still nice.
How classy looks still, which I love.
I remember that Countach has been around since
yeah.
40 years or something.
There's posters. I remember I
Hasn't been
collected
around 40 years,
posters.
but
Long time, Bo.
not 40. They released them in the 80s, and then they stopped making them. They never
I think
made
they
them.
might have released it in '79, first one.
Bring it up, Chin.
Well, let's listen to it real quick.
But this is the first time since that release. That's why it's such
Okay.
a.
Oh, it's a new.
You don't
I
like
see.
that, Chin?
So they revised it.
The look for me, I don't know.
I'm not crazy about the look.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the look either.
Crazy,
love the
crazy.
Cadillac
Just
car.
I love it.
thinking about
They nailed
you.
it.
But that I remember that.
But that much money for a Lamborghini? Get the fuck out of here.
Lamborghini Countach.
Countach.
1974.
Yeah. Long time. Countach.
It's the first time they've made Countach in 21 years. Yeah, they only made a few of them, and they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Bring up how much is the new Countach?
There it is.
There it is.
Price.
Right there,
it
right
is.
there.
Price.
Right below.
2.64.
Oh.
They only made 112 of them.
Oh.
And that's just like market. When you actually buy it, it's probably way higher, right?
Inflation.
Yeah.
Okay there. Wow, that's
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't want that anymore. Thank you for trying.
Shit.
They're sick, though.
Yes, they are. So, Brennan, you were right. The head of OnlyFans says it's because of the banks. That's why.
I have a friend who's close with OnlyFans, and he says this is all cover. So he's saying the banks, because the banks play ball with you porn and like brazzers, so they take their money.
Oh.
So what OnlyFans was doing is they launched an app back in October, and they're trying to get everybody to go towards their app, but their app could only work if they didn't have porn on there. But they got such a backlash, and nobody downloaded the app, and it was such a failure. This is why they're like, oh, our bad, and now they're saying you can't have porn on OnlyFans now. They retracted their statement this morning. Like we're just playing. We're just playing. We're just fine.
So they
we're just saying
What?
because everybody that on the platform went, oh, we're out. They went, oh shit, we don't have a business. So now they're back to
Oh, shit.
There you
I
go.
saw that this morning too.
Crazy.
So they are not allowed to have an app because it's porn.
there's something with that. Like the app wasn't gonna have porn on it.
But now they can have.
And
Porn
so
on it.
them saying
Porn
the
on
bank,
it. I get- but
them
these-
saying the banks won't take their money is all just to cover. their app was a failure, and they thought everyone was going to ride with them and transfer over and go to the app and not do porn. But literally, all the people were like, oh, we're out.
But there's
They didn't realize how many people weren't going to follow them.
Got it.
And they have massive fan bases.
And they retracted their statement like, just fuck with you guys. You can do porn.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. No, we can't make money.
There's
from
just
that
too much
porn.
money, yeah.
We're out.
Damn.
Well, there you
So
go.
now
What
it's,
else you
it's
got?
back to normal. And Tyga, who was going to start a porn subscription OnlyFans thing, he's like, fuck. Because he was going to start his own where he could have porn, but not anymore.
Definitely, the market was open for it.
With him and Kylie Jenner?
No, that's
He's not
his
with
girl.
Kylie Jenner.
yeah.
That would be Travis Scott,
Travis
and
Scott.
you're racist. And
I know.
No, Tiger was with Kylie Jenner.
He was.
Hot
Long,
seconds.
long time ago.
I'm sorry. Are you
That's
from
like
2010?
Yeah, 15.
All right. This is
You tried.
The names are the same. They're
Tiger, Travis Scott. That's the same
both
name.
begin with T's.
Ooh, what is this?
this Conor McGregor's yacht. I just feel as though it's just not that cool. It looks awesome. It's a Lamborghini yacht.
Lamborghini
It's
yacht?
just so small. But he posted this recently.
Well, that you can't call that a yacht. It's
that's what I'm saying. It's so small.
like a mini.
Cigarette.
It's like a big boat.
It's a cigarette.
It's pretty fucking sick, though.
It looks awesome, but I mean, look here's actual video.
Oh, that
of
shit
it.
looks fun.
And it's super expensive, but look how small it is.
That would freak me out right there. That little
That's beautiful. Though.
tilt.
It's not a yacht, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is yacht.
Bad camera work, but all right.
Hold on. What Lil Nas X calls out the lack of public outrage over Tony Hawk's blood-infused skateboards?
It's
But it's not through Nike.
Rapper who faced backlash for his Satan shoes released back in March points out a double standard of Tony Hawk's limited edition skateboard painted with his blood sells out in minutes with little or no criticism.
Because
Yeah, it's not Nike. Yeah,
But
no.
yeah,
it's his own board.
it's his
So he
own
got in trouble
board.
for the
Like he could release, the outrage was because everyone thought it was a Nike collab
shoe,
with
yeah.
blood
Yes.
in it. Also, while COVID's popping, they
Oh.
released it during the middle of COVID.
all right, well,
So he thinks it's a double standard. No, dum dum. It's actually Tony Hawk's his own skateboards.
yeah. Else, everybody calm down.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
calm
calm
down.
down.
Else, everybody
Chill.
shut up.
Also, I mean, just be
Yeah,
gay.
everybody
Like, who
shut
cares,
the fuck
dude?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Be yourself.
dude, sing your song.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the
Fuck.
You listen to the rest of it. Not a bad song.
I told you it was musically good. Yeah, I
it
had
on
to listen to it
Spotify
over and
yet?
over.
It's not on Spotify. It's not. On
I'm not gonna lie, Brian. There was a lot of love for the song.
Yeah.
a lot of love.
Dude,
People
put
like
on
the song.
Shazam.
People like the song. Yeah.
Dude, put on Shazam.
I'm gonna.
Put it on Apple Music,
I'm gonna do a
Shazam,
video.
SoundCloud,
Definitely
everything.
release it.
I'll do a video.
Definitely
Yeah, do
release
the whole
it.
thing.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, I'll release it on my Patreon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
dope, man.
All right, so Christian told us about this. Our boy Shinigami.
Remember, he wants to go this fight.
Yeah.
Where was this? Was this?
Do you know any details about
No,
this?
so he kept
that?
like he kept texting me like
This will be the
random,
last one.
like putting off the fights. He's like, hey, I'm not having a fight. It got moved to this. It got moved to this. Like he texted me like 3 a.m. at random times saying that his fights got moved. And then someone who watches a podcast actually sent me this clip saying that Shinigami got waxed.
Unfortunately.
And I'm pretty sure that's why he was probably putting off the fights because after this showing.
Let's see it.
All right, I don't know if I can actually air this, but I'll play it for you guys right now.
I
He was
saw
doing.
it.
I think he was doing well in the beginning. It just
I saw it.
didn't work
He
out
was-
for it.
The guy he's fighting has some sort. Look at his ears.
Oh shit, he looks tough.
Washington. Remember, we live in a free country. The COVID-19 ICU average cost is about $60,000. So get vaccinated.
That's his sponsor.
Shout out Shinigami Con, the lab, and of course, shout out Rachel.
Shout out Rachel.
And that guy looks rough.
Well, you can tell he has some history with wrestling because he just ties him up. Beats the fuck out of him. The ref does not do math.
And then
At what point did you think he was doing well?
the
Chin?
kick to the head,
Got him with a hook.
He's in spandex.
and then he actually reverses it, which is good. And then no,
And the guy gets his
Yeah.
back. Yep. Comes out the back door.
Ground and pound right there. Let him out.
Ooh. Holy shit.
It looks like Shinogami kind of gave up. Right?
yes, it does.
Yeah, I thought homie was autistic.
Shinogami?
No.
I felt the strength or something.
So he tapped the strikes there.
We're not
That was
filming
it?
this, sorry.
No, I can't play this. I don't think.
That was the fight.
Yeah, that was it. He tapped. He
lost.
tapped to
Verbal
the strikes.
submission, yeah.
We still got love for him.
Of course.
Good stuff. That dude looked pretty rough. All right,
Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
come
All
see
right,
me,
dude.
guys.
Let's do it. Where you at, Brian?
I'm in Buffalo, New York,
In 2
September
weeks?
9, 10, and 11. Denver, Colorado, September 23, 25 at Comedy Works. Chicago, Illinois, Improv, September
Not really
30th.
Chicago.
October 31st and October 1. And then Yeah, that's what I got to say.
now?
On Rockfin, Conspiracy Social Club, me and Sam Tripoli, and Patreon, I got some new stuff coming on. Patreon.com/Bryan Callen.
You got
some
that?
fun fucking stuff going on.
You got that?
I got that.
The crew is in La Jolla, California. The Comedy Store, California, this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All shows almost sold out. We might add a late show on Thursday, so get your tickets right now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then San Jose, September 9th through the 11th, San Jose Improv. Then the big boy, San Antonio, Texas Bud Light Event Center. One show September 24th. One show September 25th. Then I'm coming home September 30th through October 2nd, Denver, Colorado. Get your tickets at fatkz.com or thickboy.com.
And I'm excited to headline my favorite club in California, Brea Improv,
That's your
tomorrow
favorite club
night.
in all of California.
I love that club.
Have you done the Comedy Store?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
What? I can't say that's one
No,
of
you
my
can.
favorites.
No, you can. You said
different.
You said
Cobb's
your
different.
your ultimate.
Yeah, but
favorite.
it's mine.
I feel,
What Cobb's you talking about?
What? I can't love
Have
that
you done
club?
Cobb's yet? You're doing it soon, though, right?
Yeah, I'm doing Cobb's
is
September
great.
8th through the
Brea's
21st.
great.
Well, I can't love Brea?
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know it was your favorite.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because I do that one a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a good club. Keep going, Doug.
Bro, I'm going to choke you out.
Dude, give him your give him your 2023 dates. Keep going, give him his
No, you better not
2023.
throw it
I gotta get out of here. I
Anyways,
love you
Brea Improv, August 26th, tomorrow. September 8th, Cobb's Comedy Club. Tickets, FATKZ.
All right, kids, love you.
Love you.